good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Miss Fin Show. I am your host, Miss Fins. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate all of you guys. You know what I'm gonna say. You know what I'm gonna ask, guys. Go ahead and do me a favor and hit that like button. Hit the like button real quick. Let's go ahead and subscribe to about 20% of you guys watch religiously every day and don't subscribe. So hit that like button for me. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe as well. We do appreciate it. Also, too, public service announcement. Let's go ahead and keep it clean, ladies and gentlemen. Just think PBS kids, because kids do watch the show. So we want to make sure that we give a good example every single day. You could also catch Miss Fans Monday through Friday, every single Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern, as well as Wednesday nights. At 8 p.m. with myself and my co-host Mr. Color Commentary for League Wide Wednesdays, where, to be honest with you, we never know what's going to happen, but it's a lot of fun. So go ahead and check it out, guys. We definitely do appreciate all of you guys. As always, let me I gotta do one thing, guys. I know we're live, but we still got to take care of stuff. And we got a special show for you guys. It is the game preview day. Definitely going to be a lot of fun, guys. Remember to join the family and become a member. Become a member. It really does help out the show and the channel to have you guys becoming members. I mean, it's such a blessing, honestly. It really is a blessing to have you guys come through. We also have one person away. We are one subscriber away from having 1,200 subscribers. So if you're watching, you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. That'll be amazing. So I appreciate all of you guys. And shout out to all of the members. Thank you so much. And we have a couple new members in the building. Shout out to all the new members, including our newest members, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Mr. Little Dean Dog in the building. Thank you so much, Little Dean Dog, for becoming a member. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. And Mrs. Dean in the building as well, also becoming a member again. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Both of you guys are awesome, man. Thank you so much for becoming members again. Appreciate you guys for that. Definitely gotta do it. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see here, we've got we're gonna have Miss Fizz versus Mr. Red Riding Bills, Mr. Sean coming up here. Thank you. Without further ado, again, 1, 2, 3. Good morning, Mr. Sean from Red Riding Bills. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm still alive, still kicking. Can't
That's
complain.
right. 2 feet on the ground. So happy about
Love it,
that.
love it, love it, love it, love it. Oh man, I'm so glad we finally get to do this again. You know what I mean?
I know.
Because
I
it's
wish we
so
played more
much,
in the season.
right? Like it's so much. Hey, we got another new member,
Ooh,
Little Joy Dean. Welcome back and becoming a member. Thank you so much. Oh man, and look at this. Adam S. Fins up, yo. He gifted 5 memberships. So congrats to Michael K, Jets fans for life, Mr. Fanatic, Dolphineer, and Ray Finkel. All of you guys have
amazing.
been gifted uh honestly a membership by Mr. Adam Sadowski. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate y'all, man. You guys are awesome. And thank you, Adam. Uh, Miss Vince, is that the member list or injury report? Wow. You see, this is why I love your Bills fans. These are your people, man. These are your people, okay?
God, but that was kind of funny.
That was actually hilarious. So, but
What's up,
talk to
Michael
me,
K?
man. How are you feeling overall? What's the channel going to? I know we've known each other now for over a year since last
Hmm.
year. You got an awesome Bill show. So talk to us. How you doing a year later? What's going on?
Doing pretty good. I just hit 350 yesterday or the day before, so it's slowly
That's
creeping up.
awesome.
Yeah, it feels good, but everything's good.
I
I
still
still
remember
got.
when you had less than 200.
I know, even less than that too. It's just
Yeah,
like,
even less than that, exactly. Way less than that. But
but
hey, man, it's been a year. You've been rocking and rolling, and you got by far one of my best film breakdowns from the
I
Bills Mafia.
I appreciate
Because
that.
yeah, you're definitely very objective. You know, you call it as it is. That's what I like about it. Sorry, I forgot one thing real quick. I'm a little light here. I want the people to see me in full force. I'm back.
I got a little light over here too. It's like my
Yeah,
little
you know what I
pocket's
mean.
like makeup.
I gotta
Makeup.
show the people we're here. But ladies and gentlemen, this is for all some marbles. Okay, this is week 18, the divisional showdown between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. Man, this one's a big one. This is a big one.
Oh yeah,
You excited? You think this is gonna be an exciting game overall?
yeah. Like, and I was thinking before it even was a possibility. Like when I played sports in general, but even football, especially, as a player you live for moments like this. It's like that excitement of, okay, we got the highest of state game, we got a big reward, or it could be the worst possible situation. And I think, as far as players, as a fan, of course I want Pittsburgh to win, so we got the security of being in the playoffs. But at the same time, I kind of hope Pittsburgh does win, so the players have more in their mind to play for. If they subconsciously know, oh, we're already in, they might take a, without trying, take a step back. But if they know, hey,
Mm,
if we don't play well tonight and beat the Dolphins at their house, we're done. And then they get to go on no matter what. So we gotta come with a different fire. So I'm excited for that. The fact that it's a primetime game, two division rivals who have heated up this rivalry in the past few years, and that's really what it's all about. And so I'm super excited. Of course, I know it could go the wrong way, and then I'll be very sad. But at the same time, it could also go the other way, and I'll be extremely happy. And then you guys would still technically be happy too, because you'll be in the playoffs and get another crack at it. But
mm,
definitely a high stakes game, and I like that kind of football. So definitely excited here.
I don't know. I think having a meltdown from being, number one and having it for the last I don't know how many weeks to now being six. And it's gonna be a major letdown. I think I'm pretty sure my
Right.
fan base is gonna be extremely pissed.
I get that
Um,
for sure.
I don't think we're gonna take it any lightly whatsoever. It's gonna be rough. I'll tell you that. It's a
Yeah.
heads roll. I'll tell you this. Heads
Yeah, it's
will
gonna
roll.
it's gonna be emotion. It's gonna be an emotional. They already don't like each other, it seems. So there's gonna be even more physicality, more pushing around, more jawing at each other. So it'll be getting heated, and you'll be there firsthand to see it. So you'll be like going crazy yourself, and
I
it'll be
know because
a it'll be a good atmosphere.
I'ma be there exactly. So shout out to everybody in the building. Thank you so much, guys, for coming through. Oh man, y'all are awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's go ahead and get this puppy started. I've got where is it? Hold on, I have a million things here. So let's go ahead and start it out. Ladies and gentlemen, we like to start out with the injury report. Kind of go through it. Shouldn't be that bad. We only have 47 players on the injury report, so it is what it is. Uh,
Just
but
a,
you
a
know
quick
me,
little
I
quick
give no
47.
one. Yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody, hangnails and all, are in there. I think we're overly to, anyone that's in. Oh, it's, you got you feeling injury report. We don't want to
Yeah.
hear it from the league. So I think that's where we have it. But the Miami Dolphins right now, our injury report, it's not too bad. Overly exaggerating, but I'm not. Let's see here. So we got obviously Duke Riley because of the ankle. He was limited yesterday, 2 days in a row. Javon Holland, we already know his knees. He was also limited, but he's still going to be playing in this game. Thank God. David Long Jr. knee again limited in practice on Thursday. Raheem Mostert limited because of his knee and ankle. He actually didn't practice on Thursday, which is no bueno. Waddle also the ankle didn't practice as well. Devon A Chain He was limited on Thursday due to his toe and his rib injury. Tyreek Hill also was um, limited and questionable. He wasn't spotted on Thursday's practice, but we all know he was dealing with his home, who went up in flames. So we just gonna leave it at that. It went up in flames. Not that
Yeah.
good. And then obviously the Buffalo Bills. They had Josh Allen in the brain. So expect some intercept. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, you guys literally only have what the Mars that's listed as questionable, and
Yeah.
Justin Shorter, really, who you put in IR. That's it. He
Yeah.
actually had his 21-day window closed on Wednesday, so he'll remain
Yeah.
on IR for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Pretty much it. Everybody else is healthy in your team.
Yeah. It's it's not nice that it happened early, I guess, but a lot of our big injuries happened early in the season, and we were able to learn how to play without.
Hmm.
And then now most people are getting healthy. We got Daquan Jones back, one of our best D tackles that we lost in week 5, came back last week. We still don't have Milano or Trey White, but other than that, everybody's ready to go, and it's at the right time. So can't complain.
Yeah, yeah. Good for you. You got your people coming back. That's you know, we got our people coming back. I think maybe not really. They're probably if we're gonna be honest with you right now, it's a little rough out here for the Dolphins. But you know what? It don't matter because we don't make excuses
That's
like
right.
some folks
We don't do that here, baby.
or some mafias. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You sure? Have you you seen your
I,
fan base?
I don't. I don't. I can't speak for everyone else, but on the Miss Finn show, we don't do that.
Okay. Because I'm like, yeah, exactly. Anywhere else you might do that, but not here. So okay, perfect. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's go through the team stats real quick. And what to expect. You guys obviously are favored, being that you are the hotter team. It's gonna be very interesting, ladies and gentlemen, to see this. I mean, I got so many stats. It's kind of nasty, but let me put you. I'll put us on the other side. But this is gonna be very interesting. Josh Allen right now, he's 355 completions out of 541, 3,947 yards, guys, 27 touchdowns. 16 interceptions. He does have 15 touchdowns on the ground. He is one touchdown away from breaking the QB record at 16. So that's going to be very interesting. Tua Tagovailoa coming
Yeah.
into the building with 371 completions out of 533. He's got 4,451 yards. He is number one in the NFL with 28 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. You finally with Brady, you got James Cook cooking, and that's the
Yeah.
reason why you have been successful in the last 4 years.
Mm.
Weeks, he's got over 1,000 yards, 2 touchdowns. Moster, we also got our guy, but he's been doing it all year. He's got 18 rushing touchdowns, 21 overall season
Crazy.
the NFL. Exactly. He's got over 1,000 yards and only 209 carries. You guys got Diggs, obviously 100 receptions, almost 1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns, and we got the number one receiver in the league at set over 1,700 yards and 12 touchdowns with Tyreek Hill. Yeah, I can't believe it, man. The over under is 48 and a half points. You guys are favored by 3. You guys are coming in with 4-1 in the last 5. We're 3-2 in the last 5. So it's gonna be very interesting. I mean, Miami right now is 11-5. You guys are 10-6. This is for all the marbles.
Yeah.
What you don't want from your side is a tie, because then you guys are 6.
Yeah.
We're, we're out.
That would stink.
So definitely don't need that tie. But so far, I mean, that's not looking too bad right now. It is for the marbles. There's so many clinching scenarios, and we're gonna go over that in a minute. But so far, right now, um, when it comes to your team, how happy are you? and the turnaround that they've had from, let's say, week 6 when you got, or week 12 when you guys are 6-6.
Yeah, well, if you go by numbers, I don't know how accurate they are, but we had a 14% chance of making the playoffs when we were 6-6, and as we sit today, it's at 94. Granted, it can go from 100 to zero in the span of a game, but as a realistic fan and as a football fan, you look at that and you're like, okay, a team that struggled against teams they shouldn't have lost to this year. They're 6-6. They can't lose a game more than likely to end the year. We got to see how they play. I wasn't saying, oh yeah, they're 100% going to do it. I know they could, but it was like they got to show us something now. Defense came to play. We had a great game against Kansas City in Arrowhead again. We're the only team to ever beat Mahomes 3 times in Arrowhead. We're the only team to beat him twice in Arrowhead too. So that was a great win. Then we took a different approach against Dallas and just ran all over them, which was incredible. Defense played great again. And then when the offense was lacking in the last 2 weeks, the defense stepped up yet again, and we're able to triumph to victory. Granted, the games weren't good, but earlier in the year we would lose those games. 12 men on the field in Denver. We took the lead against the Patriots, and we let Mac Jones look like Tom Brady and finish the game with a 2-minute drive to your
Literally.
boy Gesexy over there to win the game. And so earlier in the year we were losing those games, and the last 2 weeks we didn't lose them. So I feel good. And yeah, offensively we're not hot the last 2 games, but we're winning games, so we're hot in that aspect. So going into this game against another great team, I feel really good at the position we're in. Again, we can clinch if Pittsburgh loses or Jacksonville loses, so we'll see how that goes. It all happens before our game, but this game is all I really. I hope they don't even look at the other games. I hope they're just like, okay, we have to win no matter what, and don't look at your phones, don't look at social media, don't do nothing, and just focus on Miami and don't worry about what anyone else can do. And but yeah, I feel good about how they turned it around because it was looking pretty bad. We had our offensive coordinator fired. The article
Yep.
about the article about McDermott that came out about the conversation he had in 2019, and then you sit here wondering as a fan, is that going to tear the locker room apart? Is it going to stop him from being able to coach with the right head on his shoulders? Is it going to screw things up? And if anything, it switched that around. So I will be absolutely happy with how they turned it around, and it's got one more game to go. So
Well, I'll tell you this: once you guys fired Ken Dorsey and you elevated Joe Brady to that OC position, you absolutely see the difference. You guys opened up your run more, which is clearly what you needed. When you stop focusing on Josh Allen being your primary runner, and you actually use your running back, aka James
mm,
Cook, you could see the difference. That's what you guys were missing, and right now. Hey, you cannot deny going on a 4 game win streak in the last four. It shows, and you guys clearly needed to change it around as far as when it comes to offense and the way you guys attacked your opponents, and having that actual running back be a running back. Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see how you guys apply that to us. I mean, coming into the game in week 18, the Jacksonville Jaguars they have a 1700 the odds to win the AFC overall. Jags are fifth with 1700. Dolphins are fourth plus 600. Bills are third plus 430. Chiefs are second at plus 420, and Ravens are the favorite at plus 135. I don't know how you possibly could have. I'm sorry, but the Chiefs are just not the
no, I
Chiefs this
know,
year.
I
And so
agree.
to me, that's ridiculous. I think the realistic teams, it's really just Ravens and Dolphins, because you guys, it's a win and get in, or win and or you're not in. Like if we're gonna be honest with you, the it's definitely stacked against you guys. That's for sure. So that's gonna be very difficult for you guys. And I'll tell you this: the scenarios for the playoffs is very interesting. You need, in order to make the plays, you gotta beat us, or expect at least Steelers, Jaguars to lose, either one to
Yep.
lose, and then you at least be in the playoffs. You could totally miss it if we beat you. and Steelers win and Jags win. So
Hmm.
that's gonna be very interesting. But let's go ahead and let's do this because I kinda like this. I got some man, I'm telling you, I got some stats for you guys. Um and I kind of want to get your opinion on this. We'll start
Sure.
out with Josh Allen, because you're my guest today. But right now, Josh Allen, he's not that good as a quarterback. He's been running all over the place, but he really isn't that good so far. When it comes to completion percentage, he's 12th at 65.6. Passing yards per game, he's 10th at 246, almost 247. Yards per pass at 7.3, he's 10th. Passing touchdowns so far, 27. The only reason why he's got 40 something in total is because he's got that extra 15 on the ground. He's tied for seventh in passing touchdowns. His interceptions right now, he's got 16. He's second most in the league right now. His TD to interception ratio right now is 1.69. 20th in passer rating so far is 91.5, which is 16. So he is really, as a quarterback, if you will, not that solid overall, but you also have to take into account the first half of the season. Now, in the last four games, he's been pretty good. He's got 55.6. Well, his completion percentage not, but his yards per game 183, yards per pass 6.8, touchdown to interception he's 3 for 3, and 74.3 passer rating. So it's not like he's been all that. How do you think your QB is gonna be doing versus us, who's a legit playoff team, Super Bowl team?
Well, I will say it has been a down year for him. I do love the completion percentage still at 65, considering he came out at like a 50 when he first played his rookie year. So I'm fine with him hovering between 64 and like 67%. He was up in the 70s for a majority of the year until like the Eagles game happened, and then it started to creep down. But as you mentioned, yeah, he's had a down year, but he's still, you know, rushing does count for quarterbacks, everybody. So he does lead the league in touchdowns with 42. And not only is like Miss Phins mentioned, he could break a quarterback rushing record. He might break the Bills rushing record that OJ Simpson set with 16. Well, granted with less games, but it's still on the table. But I love to see my quarterback throw passing touchdowns. But if he's able to get it in other ways and we're winning games, I'll take it. But against the Dolphins, as great as you guys are, it just seems like that's the team that he plays best against. Just like Aaron Rodgers played best against the Bears, Tom Brady played best against us, things like that. And his career versus the Dolphins, he's got 31 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 3,000 passing yards, and he's 9-2. So, and you guys have always had great players on your team, whether you were good or not. So he plays when it matters most the best. I feel like sometimes he loses, but when the stage is set, he knows that everything's on the line. He's got a big opponent. He loves that challenge of they're a great team too. I got to outduel this person to be the winner. And sometimes we play down to our opponents like we did the last 2 weeks, but you guys aren't a bad team. So we're going to play up to our opponent, who's an exceptional team. And I think he loves to play away games. He mentioned, a year or two in the past, he said he loves to play at home, of course. When you go to away games and you have the away crowd all hyped up and excited, if you can quiet the crowd, he said there's no better feeling than doing that. So he enjoys to go to Kansas City and places like that. So I think he'll play fine. I think he'll do enough to win. I think it's either going to be a really high scoring close game or a low scoring close game, depending on how both teams come out. But regardless, it's going to be a good game. And I think he's going to rise to the occasion. And it's going to be a great offensive performance off of two bad ones that we just had.
I mean, you guys are coming in 10-6. We're 11-5 right now. Your scoring offense is six right now at
Mhm.
26.9 points per game. We're number one at 30.1 points per game. Your defense is at fifth at scoring defense at 19.1. We're our 22nd one at 23.1. So it's been a little bit rougher for us in the defense. Again, it's the first year in the defense. But I'll tell
Yeah.
you this: I'm gonna be nice to you guys. I'm trying to be nice to you, but I'll tell you this. Listen, you right now, I get it. Josh Allen versus Mike McDaniel's Dolphins, if you will, since because I can't speak for other regimes, but I'm gonna keep it to this regime. You guys are 3-1. He's had a total of 384.3 yards per game, 14 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, a passer rating of 112.8. This is the kicker, ladies and gentlemen. Although you guys have been 3-1 versus McDaniel, guess what? You only won by three twice last year. Lost by two. It's the point differential. It's zero pretty much between. It's like 3 points difference between two. I will call this first game we played 48-20 an anonymous I can't think of the word. I'm saying the word, but my mouth.
Anomaly.
Anomaly,
Yeah.
yes, thank you. Anomaly at 48-20 because we play much better, much closer to you guys than most people expect, and that for me. It's kind of like okay, really not that much, but I'll tell you this: we're not that bad versus you guys as well. Now, right
No.
now, Totongo Vailoa is literally the number one QB in the league. Period. I know that what's his name? Lamar's gonna end up being number one. He's gonna get the MVP, but he's not even top five in any of the QB categories in this season.
Right.
But he's a dynamic player, and um he's gonna get the opportunity. Miss stop lying to the people. We're about to lose. I have no faith in this team. Stop it, Ronnie. Okay, I'm not lying. I haven't even talked about the Dolphins. Like, I mean, yeah, okay, but listen, our guy, our dude, our Mister Tua Tagovailoa, he's 31-13 versus other teams. Obviously, versus the Bills, 1-5. I get that, but he's very, very good quarterback. And again, I'm not gonna go with the sheer fact that just because you guys, may have had again, I'm only gonna speak to McDaniel's reign. Just because you guys have had a success in those ridiculous games that you should have lost, if we're gonna be honest, I fully expect Tua Tagovailoa to elevate his game here. I get it. You got the more experienced quarterback. Yeah, sure, that makes sense. But Tua's number one, like I told you, in yards. He's number two when it comes to pass per play at 8.4. Number one in completion percentage is 69.6. 28 passing touchdown. He's tied for fourth. Passer rating coming into this game, he's third overall. So right now, our guy is the man. Period. And I know you said Josh Allen, he loves to play versus the Miami Dolphins. Well, the Dolphins right now are 19-3 in the last 22 games at home. We are one of the best home teams, which is another reason why we want to get the that home field advantage and take the number two overall, because guess what? That will put us in the best position to play this season and this playoffs. Now I know I know that we want to get through the rest of this because I know you got to go. But give me your key. Give me your keys to victory real quick. What are you expecting your keys to victory for your team as far as this game is concerned?
Well, one of the keys, I think, Waddle's already out, and Hill's going to be playing no matter if he's banged up or not, of course. But with Waddle being out, you guys are going to have to rely on your run game a little bit more because we've always been able to take away Tyreek Hill. Oh, of course he makes catches and yards, but he doesn't blow up like he does against other teams against us, minus the playoff game against Kansas City. So lean into Mostert, lean into Achane. Mostert had a rough game against us the first time, but he had an all-pro season, so I wouldn't be afraid to go back to him again. So you got to lean on your running backs a little bit. So if we stop the run and put a hyper focus on Tyreek Hill while staying in our assignments, in our gaps, don't get fooled by the motion. Don't let your eyes carry you like they're trying to confuse you. Just got to stay what you're doing, stay to what the assignment is, and then do what we did last time and disrupt Tua's flow, because he's a great timing quarterback and he knows exactly where he wants to go with the football. And you guys absolutely practice to the mastery of that kind of offense. So if you can disrupt that, then it could be a really good game for us offensively. We got to take care of the football. We got to be able to run a little bit, but also be able to pass the ball because you don't want to, you know, completely just focus on run game and make it a close game. Because if we just run the whole time like we did against Dallas, I think you guys can make it a game. If we have a nice balance, pass, run, maybe a little bit more pass, get guys like Stephon Diggs involved, Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox is back, James Cook in the passing game against your linebackers. I think we'll have,
Mm-hmm.
and Gabe Davis, he's a good possession receiver, but he had like 5 or 6 games where he had 0 catches. So I don't like to comment on him too much because he could be really great, but then he could just not show up whatsoever. Like me and you could get more catches than him in a game with 0 because he'll get 0 too. So it's just
Yeah,
he's an interesting story. But
but you're
but yeah,
gonna
so
need him.
yeah, we have to have somebody step up.
You're
So
gonna need him.
hopefully he can rise to the occasion as well. He plays well in the playoffs, so if he views this as a playoff game, and he might have some great plays. But overall, I think just take care of the football, stop your run, and have a balanced offense and take care of the football.
Okay. Well, I mean, for us, as far as our keys to victory, to be honest, it's kind of easy. We gotta protect Tua, and I think the O line has been excellent this year. And yeah, I say excellent because we've had the most O line changes and O line lineups than any other team besides the Jets this season, and we've still been able to protect Tua. He's one of the least sack quarterbacks in the league, and that's something for us to be able to go ahead and continue that trend. Also, too, protecting home field. So we gotta get this game here because, like I mentioned earlier, we're 19-3 in the last 22. We are an excellent home team, so we want to make sure that we put ourselves in the best position. We gotta protect home field. As far as for us overall, and I say this every single game, and I got this to you, McDaniel. We got to establish the run early and continue it throughout the game. We're gonna have to utilize. We'll see if we do end up having Mostert. I know I was asked this earlier this week, and to me, Mostert will probably have to be in a pitch count because of his injury. But other than that, we got to lean in our other running backs like Jeff Wilson and HN. If we can go ahead and lean on those two heavy and kind of utilize kind of like a I don't want to say secret weapon because everybody knows him, but more in the red zone use Mostert, then I think that that'll put us in the best position as far as the run game. So that way we can maximize the field and our running backs, and then obviously contain Josh Allen. Now the mistake that we can't do is what we did versus Lamar and just play a loose zone like we did versus Lamar. We will have to go ahead and contain Josh Allen. He is another mobile quarterback. That is going to be a challenge, especially not having Chubb and Phillips. So our pass rush is definitely gonna take a ding. I'm glad we still got AVG and we got David Long and Duke Riley, but let's be real, they are not Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillip.
Right.
So this is gonna be tough, and I know we're essentially have no pass rush, but we still need our guys to get after the quarterback. I'm gonna lean hard on our 22-24 million defensive end, man. Christian Wilkins gotta get to it. Zealer
Yeah.
and Wilkins have to get to the quarterback, period. It is going to be tough, but they have to find a way to get to the quarterback. And obviously, we have to have a spy because we know that Josh loves to extend plays. That's going to be it for me, honestly. Dig sucks when he plays, no offense, but when he plays the Miami Dolphins, we're very good at containing him. Like that is, and I'm not trying to be
Not
funny.
last game, baby. Not last
My
game.
last game, and I already told you that was an
I know.
anol- anomaly. There you go.
There you
I
go.
don't
It's
know
one of them
why that
words.
exactly
One
two
of
words,
them.
but yeah, I mean, this season so far, Dave, guess what? In the first 9 games, he's only caught 70 receptions. In the last 7 games, 30. He
It's
had
rough.
92 yards per game. He's down to 37 yards per game. In the last, what is it? In the last 7 games, he's only down to 8.7 yards per reception. He's only had one touchdown in the last 7 games. Zero
That's rough.
100 games. So yeah, Diggs right now, as far as you guys being a favorite, uh, yeah, definitely we're gonna be able to contain them and that's gonna be one of our keys to victory as well. Be honest with me. What's your score prediction with this game? And what do you foresee this game being? And you better be here on Monday, once you guys take this L.
Well, hopefully, God willing, I'll be here. But
I
yeah.
mean, yes,
I
yes,
said
I
on the
expect
Phins
you to be.
tailgate, I either think it's going to be 34-31 or 21-20. It depends on because they both can come out and play like they did the week 4, where they're. I was at that game. It was awesome. It was like touchdown, 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 touchdown. If it's
You were
like
at that
that,
game? Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
I was at that game. If it's like that, I think it could be 34-31. But if both teams are playing like super good defense and their offenses are struggling, I can see it being like a 21-20 type of game. Again, I'm always riding with my team, but as being a fair and objective football fan, these are two fantastic teams. Anything can happen. So it's just going to be a great. This is the game of the year, probably last game of the season too. The division title on the line with two great teams with two great quarterbacks. Man, it's going to
Tell me
be
about it.
a one for the books, whether you're a Bills or Dolphins fan or not. But yeah, it's what it's all about. I mean, when I saw the schedule come out and I said Week 18, it's
I
going to
already
have
knew it was gonna be either Saturday night or Sunday night. I
yeah,
already knew it
yeah,
without not one game being played. I knew it was gonna be one of
exactly.
those.
I said this is gonna have implications, huge ones. And I said in the beginning of the year, which again I don't remember where I said it, but I have the memory of me saying it. I said that we're gonna win the division at 11-6, and it's gonna come down to Week 18, and we're both gonna be 11-6. So it's possible it could happen, but because I looked at our schedules this year, I said, oh, we're great teams, but we might struggle a little bit. Both teams might lose a couple games, and you know, but regardless, all that does. I also said on the Fins tailgate, I don't care about the 48-20 game. I don't care about the Ravens game last week. I don't care about the Patriots game last week. This is a one-game season right here for both teams. Nothing that went happened in the past matters, and it's all about who shows up on Sunday. And again, if it's going to come down to coaching and who makes the least amount of mistakes, as we saw in the. I know it doesn't matter anymore, but in that 48-20 game, you guys had a couple costly mistakes that turned into touchdowns for us. So if you guys eliminate those, it'll be a very close game if we don't have any ourselves. So I got 34-31 or 21-20, either way. But it's going to be a fantastic football game. I got my Bills winning, of course, but I think even if they do lose, it's going to be a game like a type of game like that where it comes down to the last minute.
34-31 or 21-20.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's
Bill.
I get two. I got two shots at it, but
That's fine. I mean, I can see because it's two different types. It's either a defensive game or an offensive game. So I totally get
yeah,
what you mean by that. I mean, I got it 52-12 Dolphins. It's gonna
50
be
to 12.
it's gonna be, I truly believe my team, man. We got this. You know what I mean? I wholeheartedly we play different and we believe
Mhm.
in next man up. And when it comes to injuries, like I said, next man up. So we may not have the pass rush that we had early in the season, but again, this is a team that they know each other. We've played against each other.
Oh
Like
yeah,
I said, that super god that was here maybe 2 3 years ago, it ain't there no more. And this past game, we beat ourselves and allowed you guys to get that. I wholeheartedly believe we're the ones that beat ourselves in that first game this season. But if you take a look at the last 4 or 5 games, it has been so close. So that
absolutely.
is gone in my opinion, and for me, I expect this to be a very close game. I understand that you guys are favored by 3, but I'll tell you this: the Dolphins right now, the uh, the Dolphins, we got a lot to play for. A lot of people might say that, oh, it's gonna be a major collapse. We're already in the playoffs, people. We're already in the playoffs. You know what I mean? You guys are the ones that are desperate because you might not even make it. Like,
Yeah.
but we'll know by the time this game shows up. You know what I mean? And although I know a lot of my fans, they don't have any confidence in the way we play the Bills, I have confidence in this team to be able to do it. And mostly because Josh turned the ball over Allen, will cuff it up at least 2 times for the
Okay.
Miami Dolphins, and he
We'll
will be
see.
your downfall. He is your greatest weapons and your biggest weakness, right?
Okay.
And you know what? I'm gonna give you this. You got James Cook, and he's gonna be the one to actually give you guys a chance in this game. But Josh Allen's gonna be your downfall. I'm telling you
Okay.
right now, and I get it. We don't have our pass rush right now, and our secondary. It is what it is. But Josh Allen will cuff up that ball. And yeah, and I get it. People are concerned. We got Eli Apple out there because obviously, Howard is probably not going to play this game. 99% sure he's not playing. But Josh Allen will be giving that ball up, and he will be your downfall. I got the Dolphins, besides my super homer take of 52-12. I actually do think this is going to be a high scoring game, kind of similar to where you are at. I think it's going to be 31-27 Dolphins. It is going to be close. I think it's going to be Jason, what is it? Jason the Money Sanders, who's gonna break your back with that 61-yard field goal to win the
Ooh.
game and win the division, man. And it's
Okay.
gonna be for all the marbles. This
That's
is it.
right.
Like, there's no other. You couldn't even write a better script for the end of the season.
No,
Like,
definitely
you
not.
couldn't. You could, like, one of the most competitive divisions. Period. We know what was at stake at the beginning of the season, and then everything happened. With Rodgers and whatever, and then you got everything that happened within you guys, everything that happened within us. So this is literally the most like Hollywood ending you could possibly get, and you guys are coming to our house, and we will politely get you out of here, and all your fans with that giant L.
I
So
respect that. I know I got to go quick, but let me
yeah,
just say one thing I forgot to mention. We have a top 5 offensive line this year. This trench warfare is going to be a key to this game. And I respect your offensive line for all the changes and still being able to produce. We went from being in the mid 20s last year to we were 4 last week. And a lot of Bills Mafia, like, come watch my film because you don't understand how good this offensive line is. You just say they're bad every week. You don't pay attention. You don't watch. And then you wonder why I'm on everyone's videos saying they're good. What are you talking about? This is how good they are. Blah, 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 blah. Remember where you came from. We used to be horrible. Now we're good. Show them that respect that they deserve. But I appreciate you having me on, Miss Fins. I gotta get my son to school. I love
yeah.
you.
Sorry about
Keep
that. I
doing
know we
what
went
you're
a little
doing.
late.
No,
Tell the
I wish I
people
could
how they
talk.
can find you. Tell them how they can find
Oh
you.
yeah, you could head over to Red, White, and Bills. Subscribe, like the videos when you see them, and even if you're Dolphins fans, I got love for you. So you can say whatever you want. You can trash me. You can show me love. It's all the same. So I'll be seeing you guys around, and I appreciate you having me on. I wish I could stay on for the 2 hours, but I gotta go. I love you, and keep it up. Get some more subs for Miss Fins. Get some more members going, and you know,
And go check them
thank,
out, guys. Phenomenal film breakdown, man. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for coming to. I
appreciate it.
appreciate you so much, man. See
Bills
you later.
up. Bills
Oh,
up, baby.
what did you just say? what? That's horrible.
Got
I love
throw,
it.
throw them bills up. Throw them
No, no,
bills
no. It's all about the big
up.
stuff. I'll
All
catch
right.
you later, man.
See you later, Miss Fizz.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That was Red, White, and Bills coming through the building, giving us his take, man. A phenomenal human being. I just want to put that out there. Absolutely phenomenal human being. And right now, it really it makes me happy to have such a great person over here, ladies and gentlemen. And I have to be nice to my guests. You know what I mean? I like to be nice. He's a good guy. You know what I mean? I didn't want to ultimately completely destroy him. So I was trying to be nice, and I think I accomplished that. You gotta be you gotta be kind to each other. You know what I mean? What? Look at this. Miss Finn's a traitor. Somebody throw her fan. I'm not a traitor, man. Uh, no, 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 no. Okay, I'm not a traitor, guys. I'm just a kind Dolphin fan. You know what I mean? But don't worry, now that he's not here, now we're gonna trash the Bills. Listen. They think they owe that because they got Josh Allen. I wasn't lying when I said this man is going to be their downfall. I'm telling you right now, he will be picked off twice, and he will be the reason why they lose. Bar none, ladies and gentlemen. Look, you can be, and it's funny that he said that about his own line because the whole time I'm thinking, literally, that's how old, like Dolphin fans feel like with this O line for us. But you know what? Yeah, I believe in my own line. And my quarterback, he absolutely is going to shred that defense. It's You guys need to understand one thing that they don't get is that right now, Tyreek Hill is going to be one of our biggest weapons. With no Waddle, we'll be fine. We will be absolutely fine. Mostert, I get it. He's going to be a little bit limited, and you know what? It's okay. It's not. It's fine because, like I said, and I mentioned earlier, ladies and gentlemen, we got a Devon Achan. We got Jeff Wilson Jr. I expect those two to be our number one and two punch in this game. I wasn't lying when I said our key to victory will be rush. It will be rushing in this game. And this O line has been really good when it comes to rushing. I mean, did you see my man versus the Ravens? He had over 100 yards, Mr. Little A Chain, number 28 for the Miami Dolphins. I fully expect him to go for over 100 yards again. Okay. And I wasn't lying when I said we're going to use Mostert in that red zone if he does end up playing, which right now, and I have it here with us. I do expect for us to use him more in the red zone. Now I know HN right now he's got that toe. He's been limited in the last two games. I expect him to play this game. He got that turf toe. He got the ribs. But you know what? I expect him to play this game. I don't think he's gonna be out. I think it'll be a disservice for the Miami Dolphins to just not play. To just not play or put your best foot forward versus this game. Because if you're gonna tell me, oh, we got injuries, so we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna sit this one out and let the Bills take the division. No, I'm sorry, I can't take that. That'll be a epic failure from Mike Daniel, and I swear, you know what, man, this is about to not be a a PG Mets fans. I'll tell you that because yeah, this is no. Now, Achan, according to Cameron Good, he's good to go. Okay, so is Robert Hunt. He said he's hopeful to play. Those are two really good ones coming on. Thank you so much, Red Bright and Bill, for coming through. I appreciate you, man. You were great. Your Bills still suck, and they're going to take this massive L. But I still love you, man. You're awesome. And I wasn't lying when I said, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most objective Bills fans that I can find out there. Uh, he's still a fan, don't get me wrong. And he rides for his team. But you could see his film breakdown. He's very objective. He will call out Josh Allen when he plays like trash, and he will praise him when he plays good. So I'm telling you right now, he is one of the better Bills content creators, in my opinion, that you're gonna find out there. So go check him out. Go subscribe, guys. You gotta know the enemy too. So this is a great way to get enemy info by subscribing to Red, White, and Bills. So go ahead and do that. But I'll tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, having that, Hunt, if he does come back, man, and he's able to play this game, that would be awesome for us. Again, it's not guaranteed. Achan, he feels like he's good. Then it's gonna be very good for us overall. Now, as far as obviously Mostert, Waddle, Howard, they didn't practice um because of their injuries and what they're taking care of. But I still expect Howard is the one that I expect the least. Howard and even Waddle to even make it. But I do expect Mostert to come in, and I expect him to be used more in the red zone. If he doesn't show up, guys, well, I mean, we're gonna have a tall order, but it don't matter, man. It definitely don't matter. That's for sure. Mr. Dean Dog, yeah, I'm gonna drop the link. Give me 5 minutes, 5 minutes, because I wanna get this done. I'm gonna bring y'all in here, for the Dean family, because man, you guys are awesome. And like he said, this is your anniversary, Limits fans. So definitely want to go ahead and celebrate you guys. So give me 5 minutes. Let me finish this real quick, so we can get you in here. But ladies and gentlemen, people are gonna be upset, and I get that. This team is gonna be fine. The Miami Dolphins will be fine. Tua Tagovailoa will be fine. We have the players we need, and guess what? Tua is in full participation. I know he had the little thing with his thumb. He's fine. He's gonna be playing. I know Tyreek was in a walking boot, but he was fine. Obviously, he's been dealing with personal issues. Um, but besides his personal issues, we should be okay. It kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Losing our main guys, man. It sucks. Chubb and Phillips, yeah, those bookends. It's gonna be a tall order. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be a tall order for the Dolphins. But I wholeheartedly expect for the Miami Dolphins and this team to make it happen. It is next man up. It is um it's gonna have to be, because this is a playoff game. If you can't fight for your division, I don't even know what to tell you no more. I don't even know what to tell you. If you're not willing to fight for your division, to be you don't deserve to be in the conversation. Like it's the only thing I can say. And I get very frustrated sometimes with some of our fans where I'm like, I get it. It seems super dark and gloomy. I get it. But we got guys, man. We got Melvin Ingram. I get it. Not everybody is loving him or whatever, but we got guys, man. I fully expect Tyreek to play. And so far, in winning games, guys, Tyreek, he's got 8 receptions, 137 yards per game, 17 yards per play, 11 touchdowns. Now I get it. In games that we lose, in games that the other defense contain him, then they're gonna have a much better opportunity to win that game. Not having Waddle, yeah, it's gonna be a problem. But we have other receivers, we have other players. Like, people forget we've got players. We got to utilize Alec Ingle like we did last game. We got to utilize Burials. We got to utilize Chosen and Craycraft like we have. If we don't got a Waddle, that's fine. We got other dudes. And this is going to come down to how Mike McDaniel puts his pieces down. Period. Mike McDaniel is going to be the most consequential piece for us come Sunday. This game right here. Because if you don't show up, if you don't get off the bus, or technically if you don't get out of your bed come Sunday, then you can forget. And don't get me wrong, ladies. I'm not saying that if we were to drop to 6, we can't go to Kansas City and win a road game in the playoffs. I'm not saying that at all, because this Kansas City game, man, we can play the second time we're going. Believe me, this I feel very confident us going versus Kansas City. So it has nothing to do with Kansas City. It's the fact that for everything we have spent in this team, in this offense, for us not to take advantage, it's gonna be a major disservice. Period. It's gonna be. It's gonna be such a disappointment. And I'm telling you right now, when you got Raheem, when you got the players we've got, we are able to go ahead and keep this ball going. I wasn't lying when I said we got to establish the run, because the run is going to be our puppy. That's what's going to make it. That's what's going to make this game a game. It's going to keep the clock ticking, and it's going to be able to for us to contain these drives. But ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be one of the most interesting games. I'm going to see how our head coach sets out the plan, because if you can't use this as a motivation and as a way to set up yourself for the playoffs, I don't know what to tell you, what to expect. And I've been dropping some questions to you guys, and I know I get it. Some of them is gonna be super homer, like who's gonna have a better game, Tua or Josh Allen. Obviously, I expect most of you guys to say Josh Allen. Who's gonna win the game on Sunday? Obviously, I expect most of you guys to say Dolphins, because this is a Dolphins channel. Makes sense. But let's be honest. If we don't get off the balls, if we don't get out we're losing this game. We're absolutely losing this game. But I don't see us losing this game. I told you this beginning of the season. This was the one game W. I've had the games where I was like, yeah, we got no shot. Not this game. They got the little win. And at home earlier, 48-20, blah blah blah. We beat ourselves. Costly mistakes is the reason why we lost that game. I told you guys, we're splitting with the Bills this season. We will win this division. And this game, we are winning this game. Regardless of what happens with our injuries, this is exactly the game to expect for all the marbles. And I wholeheartedly believe, because the way this team has been all season long with next man up, those backers have had experience all season long. We have the team to be able to get this win and this W. Period. Hence why I'm not worried about this O line. Whatever O line I get in Butch Berry, I trust. This man is my coach of the year when it comes to Miami Dolphins. So whomever, if Rubber Hunt comes, awesome. If he doesn't, we'll be all right. I expect Tua Tagovailoa and I expect our O line to serve together, like I told you, all season long. There's a reason why he's one of the least sacked quarterbacks in the league, ladies and gentlemen, because Tua Tagovailoa, when it comes to the pocket, he has been able to maneuver that pocket beautifully. You can hate on Tua all you want, but one thing he's progressed in his career is his pocket presence. And I'm telling you right now, at home, I wasn't lying when I said we were 19-3 in the last 22 for good reason. You see what I mean? So we want to put ourselves and give ourselves the opportunity to get that playoff win everybody wants. We want this game. We need this game. This game is a must. And Tua Tagovailoa is going to be $300 million Tua Tagovailoa. Let's go to a time. Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is the reason why. We will win because we're going to be able to focus on our run game. And Tua's going to manage this game. Going to be efficient, protect the ball, which is what he's done, especially at home. And our run game is gonna be their dagger. That when it comes to the run defense, switch teeth. Everybody runs on the Bills, and we're gonna definitely be able to run on the Bills with Mostert, with Achan, with Wilson. And if one of them not there, next man up. You see what I mean? I'm telling you right now, this game. Oh, I'm excited for this game. I can't wait to be in there in this playoff atmosphere. I'm gonna cry either way, because either I'm gonna be so elated and I'm gonna cry like a little girl because we just won the division. Or I'm gonna be so pissed that uh I'm gonna need some therapy. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. So yeah, this is gonna be it. Like, but this right here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm dropping this link. This is for the Dean family only. So I want to spend a couple minutes with them real quick. But this game, ladies and gentlemen, Buffalo Bills at Miami, Sunday Night Football, the last game of the regular season. This Sunday, January 7th, 2024, our first Sunday of the new year, ladies and gentlemen, at 8:20 Eastern Standard Time. Your Miami Dolphins will show the world not only that we belong, but that we have one of the best teams this NFL has seen this season and how we're going to win the Super Bowl. Yep, I said it. Be mad all you want, people. But that's wholeheartedly what I believe. And guess what? I'll tell you this. We start putting our other guys in here like Cedric Wilson, like Barrios. Oh my God. They're not gonna be able to stop us. They're not gonna be able to stop us whatsoever. They're not. They will not be able to stop us. And I can't wait for this. So I got the Dolphins winning this game. Like I said, it's gonna be a close game because that gap of them being superior to man, that crap is over. Please. Yeah, we beat ourselves last game. We gave it up. It's true. It's true. We did. 48-20. It's 48-20. But it's we're gonna have this division for a reason. What's up, Dad Dean? How you doing, sir?
Good, good, good. Everything's good. Um,
Awesome.
I'm
I
letting
wanted
my
to say
dog and
again,
I'm
thank.
letting my kiddos sleep in this morning, and my wife too. Um,
Oh,
so I thought
hey, they
I'd
gotta
just pop
sleep.
up here for a minute to wish them all a happy anniversary, and we're gonna have a great time today. Um, I even have presents for the kids and everything. It's gonna be a blast.
Oh,
But I
that's
wanted to
awesome.
come up here mostly to thank you for having an amazing fantasy league. That was so much fun. And shout out to the ladies. They really put it to me. You guys did a great job.
I
Um,
appreciate it, man. It was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. It was a lot of fun.
yeah, a
This
lot of
this season was a
controversy,
lot of fun.
but controversy, but that's all. Yeah, that's all good. That's all good. With all
Exactly. Well, I'll tell you this. You definitely made it fun. I was. I mean, I was like, man, he's probably gonna end up winning it all. Like you were right there. Like you were so close to winning it all, man. The whole season you were number one. So I'll tell you this. You had a great, great season too.
well, I had
Um,
a draft too. I drafted JT and I drafted A Chain. And we didn't know how they were going to do this year, and I was able to trade them to get some good assets. But I put it out there. Whoever wants A Chain and whoever wants JT, the best offer gets them. So I got the best offers.
Hey, as you should, you know what I mean. I didn't want to be like one of these overly zealous commissioners. You know what I mean. I let you guys do your trades. You know what I mean. Somebody wants to veto it, veto. I don't care. But I personally don't believe in trades, which is why I don't do them. That's not how I was raised in this football fantasy life, if you will. It's all about who you draft and who you pick up in the wire. You know what I mean? Like that's the way I was raised in fantasy
Yeah,
football.
that's what I
But
normally do. I didn't, but with Cap for Life, he's always putting out there, oh, trade, 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 and just like, okay, okay, I'll trade. So that's when it all started. I was just being bombarded by people wanting to trade with me because I was the top dog at the time. But
Hey, I mean, it's what happens when you're at the top.
yeah,
People are gonna want to get your stuff too. But I'll tell you this, man. First of all, I want to thank you and your family. You guys have been supporting so much, man. Thank you, thank
no,
you,
we
thank you.
love you.
But
You're part of our family. It's your celebration too, and let's top it off with a Dolphin win. Uh,
exactly, exactly.
awesome.
What do you got on this game, though? I gotta get your opinion. What do you have on this game? What's your score prediction? And what? Give me two keys to victory for us to win.
All right. Well, I don't think we're gonna win. I'm sorry.
Whoa, whoa, we got what? You don't think we're gonna win? Talk
I,
to me about that. What do you think? How so?
I think it's gonna be a close game, but I just think the Bills are gonna beat us. I'm sorry, but I don't want it to happen. I just got a feeling they're gonna beat us 28-24
Wow, 28-24. Okay. Um,
because of the
man.
injuries that we have, and I just don't see the hunger in Tua. He's got to be hungry. Now, if Tua shows up and leads this team and wins this game, that would be the most exciting. That would be the best thing ever. Um, but if Waddle don't play, it's just it's not looking good. It's not looking good. But my heart wants the Dolphins, but my mind is saying Bills.
Okay, so your realistic take is Bills are winning this game 28-24. Look at this. Look at. Why we see your Michael Care realist? How unexpected.
Okay, it
But
took a
so
lot for me to say what I just said. It really did. I've been a Dolphins fan for since 1979. So,
holy smokes.
yeah, I've been there for a long time. Um, I hope that I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, but I'm trying to be real. And I
What is your main concern besides Tua not being hungry enough? What's your main concern?
injuries,
Really?
the injuries in the last game, they didn't look like they took it. It doesn't look like they. If I lost, that game 56-19, I'd be so mad. I'd be so upset. I'd be so focused. I don't know. I don't see him focused.
So you don't think that team is focused or pissed off enough?
Yes, exactly. But let
Okay,
me be
well,
wrong.
let
Let
me
me be
take off my
wrong.
super homer hat. No, 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 no. I get it. Let me take it. Let me be objective here. Let me take. I'm not taking this beanie off, but I'm gonna take my super homer hat off. And let me. There's a reason why I had red, white, and bills in here. You know what I mean? Because there are arch nemesis right now. Patriots are garbage. Jets garbage. So
Right.
like they're not even in the same even league. The division is ours. Period. And it's ours to lose. I've been saying this all season long. I even said it last season. It's ours to lose. But realistically, the two top teams are Miami Dolphins number one, Bills number two, and yeah, they have a Josh Allen. Diggs non-existent. I get it. They got Dalton Kincaid being their rookie tight end, whom I wanted, but they got. And they got their biggest weapon for me is actually James Cook. It's not even Diggs. We're gonna handle Diggs in my opinion. He might break one off, but we're gonna handle Diggs in my opinion, like we have always. And we're gonna and the one that we gotta watch out for is James Cook. Like that's pretty much it. But to I'll tell you this. It's gonna be very, very interesting to see. And this is why I say Mike McDaniel is gonna have to. I don't care about this garbage that people try to say he's hiding stuff for the play. Screw the damn playoffs. If you can't win this game, you're gonna put yourself in the worst position there. Period. You know what I mean? Like it makes no sense. So whatever trick he's gonna come up with to win this game, figure it out, McDaniel, because we still got depth in this team. Although some people may say our depth is a little thin, it is what it is. It's next man up. I'm not worried about whatever injuries we may have. Every team is injured. Well, except the Bills. But other than that, every team is injured. And I think Josh Allen is actually a little bit more dinged up than they want to say, but whatever. It is what it is. Uh,
I think
yeah,
it's
this is why I said it earlier. We absolutely can lose this game, but I don't see
a
us losing this game.
confidence thing too. You know, just Josh Allen has our number, and the Bills just have that confidence. We got to build up that confidence to beat them. We really do. It's a mind thing. It's and a physical thing too. We got to
I
go
mean,
out
last
there,
time we
and
played them at home, what happened?
I know exactly. We were confident, and we're too confident. And that
We
70.
won. What do you mean? 21-19. And we gave them 2 points.
Oh, I
Where the
mean,
last three
last I'm
games
talking
we've
about in
played the Bills have been away.
in Buffalo. I was talking about the last
Yeah, yeah,
loss,
yeah. Yeah, our last loss, I get it. That's fine. We beat ourselves. We had two
but we
costly
would have lost
mistakes.
the game too if Josh Allen made that throw. I mean, it was just a throwaway. He just made a terrible pass on
But
that.
this is why I say we beat ourselves versus them. Look at last year, even if you want to bring in last year, guess what? It was a 3 point differential between all three games. Like and let's be real. If it wasn't for McDaniel forgetting where he was, we would have won that playoff game too. We
True.
would have, and to be honest with you, and a lot of people want to say that, uh, we lost the game because it started snowing. No, we didn't. We lost the game because we stopped running the ball. That's why we lost the first game, or I guess technically the second game away. We won at home last year, 21-19, gave them 2 points. And in the game away, we lost the game because we stopped running the ball in the fourth quarter. Not
That's
because
true.
of the dang snow, it's because we stopped running the ball. Not because they stopped the run, is we stopped running. So
Here's
we
the thing.
again beat
The,
ourselves.
my two keys to victory for the Dolphins be
Okay.
stop the run and run the ball consistently and keep Josh Allen and the Bills offense off the field. Let's do long
So
drive.
we got to run the ball, is what you're saying. And we got to stop
Yes.
them from running the ball.
Yes.
Mm, I like that. I like that. Anything else you got in this game? Because listen, I appreciate it. I, you know, like I said, we absolutely can lose this game. We can get blown out, or we can lose by one. It's absolutely the truth. I'm not gonna pretend like that.
But
They are on a 4 game win streak.
yeah, I just
You
had
know?
to. Yeah, I just prove me wrong, Tua. Go out there and prove me wrong. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, it sounds like you need a lot for you're have a lot of expectations for Tua, and that's good. That's healthy. There's nothing wrong with having high expectations for your quarterback. You know what I mean? Like that's what we should have high expectations for him. But I'll tell you this, Dean. I think we got it. I don't think it's gonna be a it's gonna be a problem for us. This team has what it takes, and we have the backups to be able to make it happen. And we're gonna have to see for all the marbles, man. Where are you guys watching the game? You're watching this at home?
yes, yes, we
You better
will.
throw a big party, man. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah,
Telling you
yeah.
right now, it's gonna be awesome. But listen,
I
I just
might
want
go
to
to a
take this.
watch party with Vic. I don't know if anybody knows Vic. Um, he's been on a couple of shows, but I
Okay.
might go to his house and have a watch party over there with him.
That's awesome. But I'll tell you this. I want to say thank you so much to you, your wife, your kids, your dog, your grandparents that are all subscribed, and our members, man. You guys are such a blessing, and I appreciate all of you guys always donating and stuff. Like, man, you guys are awesome. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for your support. You guys literally
Problem.
are the best. And Happy New Year's,
Yeah.
Mr. Blaine. Happy New. I haven't seen you since last year. So, but seriously, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Final thoughts on this game, man. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Again, I think the Bills will win 28-24 unless Tua steps up and between the 20s that we use Tyreek Hill, Smythe, and passing game, short passing game in between the 20s and run the ball in the red zone. We need to use uh, just run the ball. If Waddle's playing, then we're gonna use Waddle in the red zone, but nobody else. Um,
You don't
but it,
think Mostert? Because that's who I think we're gonna end up using the most.
yeah, in the run game, if we pass the ball within the 20 in the red zone, it's gonna be Waddle. So,
Oh, well, I like
but
that. Well, Dad Dean again. Thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate you, and you have a great rest of your day. And go Dolphins, man. We gotta be positive, okay? We gotta be.
yeah, I'm
Give me your
positive.
Dolphins. What's your Dolphins win? Like if the Dolphins win, what do you think the score will be?
I think if the Dolphins win, it's going to be 32-21.
That's close. That's close. Again, remember, Waddle might not play, so we gotta keep an eye on him. I don't think he will play either, but uh, even without Waddle, we still got Barrios, we still got Cedric Wilson, we still got other receivers, chosen Claypool that we can implement. We can have. We should be able to have a good game. So I'm glad to see 22-21. I'll take it, man. Dolphins W, I will take it. But Dadine again, take care. And I appreciate you coming through, man.
All right.
Thank you so
Shout out
much.
to all the ladies. Congratulations, Sandy. Go
Thank you,
Michelle.
thank you. Thank you so much. Take care. Ladies and gentlemen, that was that demon. Beautiful family, phenomenal family. Super Miss Phins supporter. I've dropped the link, guys. I want to talk to you guys. This is week 18. This is from all the marbles. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear those who are maybe a little more concerned, or even if you're super confident. I want to hear from you guys. So come on through because I think this is gonna be good. And like I said, look, our keys to victory. Well, we're waiting for you guys to come through. Our keys to victory should be very simple. Contain Josh Allen. Hello. Establish the run and do it early. And I've been saying this now for forever. And I'm serious. The run is gonna be our biggest key for us to do it. What's up, Michelle? I've been concerned since the Titans lost. Michelle, girl, I know you're probably at work, but if you got a couple minutes, come up here, man. Definitely come up here. What was I gonna say? But this run game is gonna be the main one. What up, Color Com? How you doing, sir?
Oh, pretty good. I just can't stay away. I'm sitting there. I'm like, I'm not going to come up. I'm not going to spend a bunch of energy, and I just couldn't help myself. My thumb moved over and clicked the button and clicked the link, and I was like, "What are you doing, thumb?"
Listen, man, this is for all the marbles. People don't understand,
All the marbles.
all I've been saying this all week. Like, it really is for all the
For the,
marbles. Like,
it's for all the marbles downstairs too, if you know what I mean.
well, anyways, for all the regular marbles, uh, I'm telling you right now, I totally foresee us winning this game. I said it since
I
last year. I think
mean,
we're gonna be splitting with the Bills this year. That's
this is one of those
my
expectation games, not prediction games, Miss Fins. Who can predict what's going to happen in this game, no matter what? Even if you're like, even if the Bills were playing at the top of their game the last 3 weeks, which they haven't, you know, even if they
yeah.
weren't the one with 6 losses, and we were the ones with 5, which is not the case. Um, I still would feel the same way about this game. I felt the same way about it when we got drubbed by them last game. I felt the same way about it in the playoff game with Skylar Thompson. I felt the same way in the game before that with Tua. I mean, we absolutely have the capability of beating this team. I don't know why anybody thinks that it's such a shoe-in for the Buffalo Bills because they're back on track now and they have our number. No, I'm not specifically speaking to anybody's take in particular. I hear this, they have our number a
Yeah, no,
lot.
no, no, no. This is the
And
general. This is in general.
this
I've
is
been hearing
something
it all
everybody
week.
says. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
all week. I've been hearing it literally all week, and not by not by Bills fans, but by Dolphin fans too.
well,
So
it's the media, it's everybody. I mean, it looks that way. I mean, you could look at their recent, record, as Michael Kay always astutely points out, 10-2 in the last 12 meetings. But we're also talking, that's supposing we're going to hold the previous failures of the last, let's say,
I don't know how many regimes. Like if
that
we're
would
gonna be
be
honest.
well, that would be 8 games that were
Exactly.
not played by Mike McDaniel and Tua in this iteration of our team.
Or Josh Allen. Let's be
Right,
real. So,
right, right. So in the last 4 meetings, as you pointed out,
thank you.
3 of which were in Buffalo. We can't,
Yeah.
I can't stress that enough because the one
Hey,
win we did get was in our house.
at home. Exactly.
And however that win came, and then, playing to 3. Look, even with our 7th round, 3rd string backup, we played them to 3 in the wild
Rookie.
card game, which you could argue
Rookie.
the wild card game would be about the level of this game when it comes to
Yeah,
importance and all that stuff,
exactly.
So this is basically last year's game in the wild card with whatever small improvements they've made this, in the offseason with our better running game and our QB1.
It's true. I mean,
So I mean, I don't know why. Look, the ESPN analytics has it exactly where it probably should be. 54% probability for them, 45% probability for us.
you
I
you
mean,
saw that too, didn't you?
and that's even with the 48-20 drubbing last game. Vegas threw out that game because we're still 2.5 dogs when the average, if you throw out that game, our average with them point differential is 2.6.
It's a, yeah,
So Vegas is
that's a
ignoring
point
that game
It's a
too.
3 point differential. Yeah,
Right. So
this is
Vegas is ignoring that game
essentially
too.
they're
Why
favored
would
by
Vegas
3.
be ignoring
This
the
is the
last game?
because they know it wasn't an all. They know we beat ourselves. It wasn't like they just were in pure dominant. No, it wasn't, man.
Well,
We
it's
beat
also
ourselves.
because
We had
it's
custom
also
mistakes.
because it's also
It is what
because
it is.
they don't factor their numbers on lack of execution. They factor their numbers on execution. So what they're saying is both teams, given execution, this should be the outcome.
This is a flip of the coin at this point.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
this is exactly what even Vegas is saying. You know what I mean?
I mean,
So
that all being said, I'm concerned about a hangover.
so you think because they're in a 4 game win streak that they're gonna be dealing with that more than anything else?
Well, we're on a 4 game win streak too. Did I
Uh,
stutter?
yeah.
We
I
have not
mean,
lost a game after we losing a game all
you know
season
what? You're
long.
not wrong.
We
And
are
I had
4 and
Mark
0.
in the back. I
We
had
are
Mark in the
4 and
back,
0.
but he left. Come back, Mark. I just didn't. I was like, come on,
Well, we
man.
have 5 losses, and if we haven't lost a game after losing one, and we just lost a game last week, that
That's
means we
true.
must be 4 and 0
We are 4-0 after losing a game.
after losing a game. I
You know
mean,
what?
people can
You're
throw
right.
out records and numbers and all that, and that's just as important as Michael K's 10-2.
And you know what? What people need to realize with what we're saying here. And give me a second, Mark. I'm gonna bring you up in a second. And Color, if you want to stay, I'd love for you to have to be here. But
Sure, I'll hang
what
around.
yeah, what I want people to understand and what we mean by the Dolphins are 4-0 after we lose the game. It's the fact that this team has found a way, regardless of who the opponent is, to be able to bounce back.
Yeah,
That's what winning teams
we
do.
the
Winning
evidence
teams
shows.
find ways to bounce back,
Right.
and
The
that's
evidence doesn't say we're gonna bounce back. The evidence just supports the idea that we don't let losses hang over us. That's
or
all
that
it
we have the
does.
capability.
It doesn't say we're guaranteed to win because of that this week. It just says the evidence shows that we don't let losses affect us.
Exactly. I don't know where he went again. Come back, Mark. I don't know what to. I think he might be having some technical issues, but it's okay. Because you and I will definitely continue. And when
Now,
anybody or
the
anyone,
evidence could absolutely mean nothing this Sunday when it's all said and done. We could look back on that 4-0 evidence and say, "Oh, that evidence didn't mean anything," but it
yeah,
could.
what I need people to understand,
Means just as much as Michael K's 10-2 record.
what I need people to understand, and I'll tell you this, Color, because you know what I mean. Like I refuse to lie to people, and I tell the people straight up what I see based on these two teams.
That's a tough out.
The Buffalo Bills are gonna come hungry because it literally could mean they don't even make the playoffs. You're
Of
talking
course.
about a head coach who's in the hot seat. You're talking about a quarterback that a lot of people are looking like he ain't the guy. You're talking about a wide receiver who has been disgruntled in the last 3 years. And you're talking about a team that finally found their way because they got rid of their old OC and now they got their DC.
Can I
I mean,
also add one other thing, Miss Fins?
go ahead.
No, you finish up. Finish up because I'm lost
Oh,
for
what I
a
was
second.
gonna say is this is a team who is gonna come and put out their best
Oh yeah, that's right.
because they
We
have
saw that. Right, we
the
saw that at the game this earlier this season. They were on the brink of dropping 2 games to us. Like they were in jeopardy of going 2 games behind us in week 4, and they saw that and made that their Super Bowl. And that's how they played. You saw how they played because of that. They're going to come and play just like that this week because there's even more on the line than just a 2-game lead for the Miami Dolphins. You see what I'm saying? They are going to come even harder than they did that game. So you can pretty much gauge how Buffalo is going to play based on that.
how thirsty they are for this win.
Now, the question is, does what we have to earn, is that important enough for us to do the same thing? Because obviously a 2-game lead in week 4 was not enough for us to get up to that level.
Yeah, yeah.
And we got
I'm gonna bring
embarrassed
in.
for it.
I'm gonna bring.
For it.
You're not wrong, man. We got embarrassed for it, and we beat ourselves. I'm gonna bring back that he wanted to talk to you, Mark. I was literally about to bring you up, and then poof, you fell off. Like, come back, Mark, because I don't know what happened. I think you
In
might
other
have
words,
had.
well, real quickly, just to land that real quick, Miss Vince, what it shows evidence of for them is that the pressure, which remember, Mark, I'm glad you're here to hear this. Remember, I
Yeah,
said that week that they were playing under more pressure. And both teams played like that. And that's why we got embarrassed. Now, to the Bills' credit, what that evidence shows is that pressure improves their game. It doesn't make them choke per se as a team. Now, maybe Josh Allen on occasion, but I mean, that pressure I spoke of that they were under more of improved their play, improved their will to win. when I was predicting or expecting that it would go the other way, that they were under more pressure and as such they would break. They didn't break. They're under that kind of pressure right now.
Yeah,
It's going to be
they
up
are.
to us to break them. They're not going to
Colin,
break
It is.
themselves.
So
Colin,
that Dean, go ahead. You tell me because I know
you're
you were needing
right.
color to help you and put you in a good place. Talk to
I'm
us.
sorry, Daddy Dean. I thought that was Mark's avatar for a second because he
Mark,
was
yeah,
intact.
Mark is
I
having
didn't mean to
issues. He's
insult you
having
like that.
yeah.
Hey, I'm glad you're bringing up all these situations that we've been through and bringing me closer to that light. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel the same way you do, Dad. It's just I'm trying to like at least give people at least some points to reach to say, okay, there is real hope. You know what I mean?
There is a pattern I got to bring up. We won 3 games, we lost one. We won 2 games, we lost one. We won 1 game, we lost one. We won 3 games, we lost one. We won 2 games, we lost one. We lost the last game, and guess what?
We'll
The
win
ability
one.
to win one.
Sounds like we got 3 to win, and 3 to win. 3 winning would bring us right about where, Daddy Dean? Right about the Super Bowl, right?
Exactly. So yeah, we win
I'm loving
one.
that.
Yeah. So that's what we
Now we
got.
finally got Mark here. What's up, Mark?
Yeah, Dad
Representing
Dean
the
is
sponsor.
basically, well, real quick, Miss Vince, Dad Dean is
Yeah,
invoking
go
the
ahead.
buy low moniker. Like, we're at the low end right now. We're about to go up.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So,
So
Like I
go ahead,
always say,
Mark.
nothing
Tell
goes
us.
up in a straight line. Nothing goes up in a straight line. Just remember that, people.
Mhm.
Mark, what do you think?
I don't think Mark can hear us, so it's okay. You can hear us, Mark? Yeah, he's having some connection issues. It's okay. See, even Mark can't handle the heat. I mean, hey, Mark, how are you doing, buddy?
How you doing, Miss Vince?
Can you hear us yet?
I
Oh,
can't.
wait.
I can hear you guys. Can
Who's
you hear me?
Now we can.
Yeah,
now we
but
can
you
hear you.
still
I don't
sound
know
like
what
you
was
got
happening.
water on your microphone like you did last night.
Yeah,
Well,
seriously.
I'll tell you, it's weird, relatively weird. I have no idea. I was actually looking at some interesting things in color. You may be a little bit more detailed on this than anybody else, but I've noticed since the seriousness of the offensive line injuries, teams are blitzing the Dolphins at a 9% rate, where they were blitzing them at a 23% rate the first 12 games. The last four, it's been 9%. In addition, Tua's average pass has gone down to 7.2 yards per. So obviously, because of the offensive line injuries and other injuries that have happened with Waddle and Hill being banged up, the Dolphins have altering their offensive process to go to shorter patterns, and they've also increased their screen rate. So they are now the highest screening team in the NFL. So based on those tendencies, do you think the Dolphins are going to alter any of those tendencies for Sunday night?
I got a question on that same theory. Um, I think the defense has been holding back with Tua with his quick reliefs. I think he's getting kind of happy with the less than 2 second or 2.5 second release. And when he has more time, he don't know what to do with it. What do you think, Kohler? Color?
I agree. I just haven't been able to figure out whether those are design plays which happen and are needed throughout a game, or whether those are cases where it's just Tua deciding, no, I'm going to just snap this ball and bang, bang it. You know what I mean?
Well, that was the other thing I was
The
looking at. When Tua has more than
the
two and
one
a half
play I
seconds
would
to
point, I'm
throw.
sorry, Mark, the one play I would point to give an example to Dad is the second interception where we've got 2 wide receivers in the pattern going, both of them going on across the middle where they've got the meat of their defense, and Tua takes a step and a half drop back and fires the ball immediately across the middle. before anybody. I mean, and you can see our running back leak out by himself into the flat. I mean, before anybody even leaks out anywhere. So if it's a McDaniel go, if that's a designed scripted play that just has to happen every now and then because maybe McDaniel saw something in the defense, whatever,
The
that's
other thing I
fine.
noticed, Color, is
That's
that when
fine. My
Tua has more
problem
than
is if it's a design play, why are you designing somebody to be out of the action? You know what I mean? That's so it's either a bad play design or it's Tua not taking advantage of the fact that he may have protection on any given play.
Anyway, let me finish my point, and thank you for that. I noticed the other stats I was looking at was when Tua is given more than 2.5 seconds to throw, his completion rate drops down to 54%, which is significant. And I look back to the Buffalo game, and way back in week 4, I was doing the analysis, and I said the way that the Bills are going to beat the Dolphins is it has to be your ends have to contain, and your pass rush has to be interior pass rush because Tua likes to step up into the pocket. He's not a running threat, never has been, and therefore you don't have to spy him. So you can, as long as you can get interior pressure, you don't have to blitz, and you use your ends to contain. So Buffalo's got 4 ends right now. Von Miller's not playing all that well. And I think he may very well be done for the season, just based on his inability to perform particularly well. But they do have Leonard Floyd, who has 10.5 sacks. They do have Epinesa, who has 6.5 sacks. They have Russo, who has like 5.5 or 6.5 sacks. But that pressure never is going to get to Tua from the outside. He's got too fast to release, and he moves too well within the scope of the pocket to be able to get him that way. The way you get him is you pressure him up the middle, and the Bills have that potential right now.
Yeah,
And
and if we knew, and here's where I said McDaniel's play calling was going to be so important because I went. Remember, Miss Phins, that play we looked at the other night backstage. Remember that play? They completely crashed down into the middle of the line, exactly like Mark is saying. Edge linebacker, and everybody. And Tua could have very well faked that toss sweep and had the ball all by himself in the flat with nothing but Waddle at the first down marker with one guy on him.
And those are the things
But
you
we
see
don't
that
do stuff like that. We don't call naked bootlegs like that. You know what I mean?
and they're available. This is the thing because our guys are so speedy. They're able to get behind the D
Yep.
line
It was
and
number
able to.
56, had no idea that Tua didn't have the ball. And he had already decided to crash down, but before Tua even made his motion to the toss sweep, Tua could have faked that toss sweep and been all alone in the flat with Waddle one-on-one pitch and catch for the first down.
Yeah,
That
those
was,
are things
by the way,
you
Mark,
need
that
them to
was
do.
the Raheem Mostert fumble play on 3rd and 1 that I'm speaking of.
yeah, no,
And
I agree, and I have issues, that come up, and there are ways that you attack a team like Miami. What you can't do with Miami is sit back in a zone, do your standard 4-man pass rush, blitz, leave an opening. That's Tua will kill in that
we'll kill
case.
you in the
He
middle
has the ability to,
if you play a zone like that. We will
but what
destroy
you
you.
have to do is you can drop 7 back in coverage if you can get a pass rush with 4. And there's not that many teams in the league that can generate a pass rush with 4 players. And every time the Dolphins have faced that with Kansas City, with Buffalo, with even Tennessee, even without Jeffrey Simmons in that game, obviously Philadelphia, Baltimore, these are teams that have been able to exploit the fact that Tua can be had with a 4-person rush and dropping 7 in coverage. It's played out 5 times this season.
Now a check
Well, we'll
down to
see if
Smythe.
you guys do it.
I think a check down to Smythe would be something that Tua should look at.
Well, the only thing is that it's not just about Tua looking at this. It's how Mike McDaniel sets these games up for us, and what I guess what they allowed Tua to do. If I'm gonna be honest with you, and if Tua's gonna take over a game, if Tua were to take over a game and see those plays, color like you and I have been talking about literally this entire week, um there's nothing that can stop us because they can. Let's say they do rush those 4 and they drop the 7. If we have our guys leaking out behind the D line, we'll have Waddle or maybe a Barrios or, to your point, Dean, that might be out in the flat that we'll be able to hit them.
Well, you're
But
not
the
going to have a
problem is,
Waddle because I don't think Waddle's going to play.
well, no, I'm saying
That's
in general.
one
I don't think
thing.
Waddle's playing either. I'm just giving an example. Like, just
Well,
utilize
I
that as
watched I
an
watched Dave Hanzus does a show. He's the guy that did the NFL Power Rankings last year. I don't know who does it this year, but he has his own podcast with Greg Rosenthal and somebody else that y'all will be familiar with. I just can't remember. And I mean, it was yesterday's episode, and he was talking like Waddle was sure to play.
He's not practicing, and today's the last day of practice before the game. So if he's not practicing today, he's not playing today. You might get Hunt back, but again, when you have guys that are limited, the possibility of injury is more predominant. They're less effective, etc. Now, if you flip the other side of the ball, to me, Paul, you said it yesterday. I think you're absolutely right. You have to win this game by outscoring the opposition. I mean, that's an obvious idiom. But how many points do you think the Dolphins have to score Sunday night to win the game?
More than you all do. I mean, I know it sounds like a flippant answer, but it really is the reality. We got to play keep up, not catch up.
Yeah.
I heard that. I heard somebody say
totally
that
agree.
yesterday, and I thought that was brilliant.
Statement, yeah.
Whoever said it, shout out to you, because whoever said it, because that was brilliant. We got to play keep up, not catch up.
Because
Yeah.
the fear on the other side of the ball for Miami has got to be what Buffalo is capable, and I'm going to use the term capable because the last 2 weeks they weren't capable of getting of tying their own shoes.
If we hold, even if we hold them to a punt or not, and we punt back to them, that's the game. If we find ourselves with the ability to stop them and get them off the field, and we answer that with a punt, that is the story of the rest of the game. Sorry to tell you, the game is over at that point.
And we can't have no conversion
we would
on
lose.
3rd and 18.
I said it already. We need to take Dan Bailey. We need to give him a plane ticket to Tokyo and just send him to Disney World in Tokyo. We don't need a punter this game. If we need a punter this game, we're losing.
You mean
at what fourth down distance and what yard line would you start talking about both teams going for it on 4th down? Because exactly, a punt is a turnover.
I'm not talking about just abandoning the punt and going for it free-nilly. I'm saying if we find ourselves in a situation where we're punting and either answering your punt with a punt or answering one of your scores with a punt, the game is over.
Meaning we need to score at every opportunity. This is a thing that I've said this entire week, and I had this conversation probably with someone else, and it's like, and I said this out loud too. Like, we need the offense to finally take over a flipping game, and at this point, it's like, if not, and I mean, not to bring up Acho, but I have to agree with a little bit of what he said that was brought up yesterday. If not now, when? You know what I mean? Because if you can't do it now, when are we going to be able to go ahead and do it?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe take over this division and actually get these playoff wins.
In last year's Tua game in Buffalo.
Exactly.
Now, we might have punted earlier in the game, but when we punted with 4 minutes left and a 4-point lead, we lost the game. That is at which point we lost the game. And I'd even go so far as to say, if they score a field goal and we don't answer that with a touchdown, the game is over. And I can prove it to you. And this is for both teams, not just ours, because the last time we beat them in Hard Rock, We were trading touchdowns, and they scored a field goal, and we scored a touchdown. Bottom line. Now, we scored it before that, but my point is they answered one of our touchdowns with a field goal,
Field goal.
and they lost by 2.
Yep. And what ended up
Yeah,
happening
after
is
we gave them
Allen
2.
short armed the pass to McKenzie, and that took away a touchdown.
Now,
Bass missed a
we
field
can
goal.
say that we had an advantage. The reason they had to settle for a field goal on that drive, shout out to our defense, is because their offensive linemen were collapsing on the field in the heat.
Sure.
Well, I mean, you could say that, but
And they
if
fielded
you
like
got an
5.
offense,
But
if
that
you
was
got no,
enough.
hold up.
And what I tell you in that before that game, Mark, that would be the difference, because that may just be enough to where you guys can only score a field goal and we get all touchdowns, and that's how the game was won.
Let me put
That's
it to
true.
you this way. People always want to say about the Heat and blah blah blah, and I get that, whatever. Then nobody was complaining from the Bills when they beat us, literally like the year before, 55-10. So I want to hear nothing about
Well,
the Heat.
I'm not saying that's the
But no, no,
reason
no,
we
no.
won, Miss Phins.
Let
I'm
me
just
say,
saying that's the
what I'm
reason that
saying.
they couldn't match a
They had
touchdown by the end
they
of it.
had 500 yards of offense. Their entire offense was there and available. The difference is our defense stopped them from scoring.
Yep,
I don't care how many they can run 300 yards on the ground.
yep. And
If
we
they
got
don't score and all they get are field goals and we score 2 touchdowns, we're winning this game.
yep. And we had a whopping 19 minutes of time of possession, and we got
Exactly.
21 points out of that, and that's all we needed to do.
So this is what I need to remind people, that it doesn't matter. They're gonna come and attack us. They're gonna use James Cook, which to me is their best weapon that they have. And the number one reason why they've won these last 4 games is James Cook. And they're gonna lose this game because of Josh Allen. This is what I almost said something else, but Josh Allen is the reason why they're gonna lose this game. And James Cook is one of the reasons why they're gonna gain yardage. But ladies and gentlemen, they can gain all the yardage they want. If they don't score, it don't matter.
Miss Fins, one thing I want to put an end to this is that if you look at the overall turnovers on the season, Allen has 19, Tua has 18. I am so sick and tired of the narrative that Allen's a turnover machine and Tua's not. Tua's got 18 turnovers, 12 interceptions, 6 lost fumbles. Allen has
Okay,
16 interceptions, 3 lost
Mark,
fumbles.
but we know
Mark
a
has
few of them are charged to Tua that
had
were
over
center snap
100 turnovers.
exchanges. Come on, man.
Since 2018, he's got over 100 turnovers.
It
He
doesn't
leads
matter.
the
The only
NFL
thing that matters,
in
Miss Fins, is
turnovers.
this season. No other
And
seasons
even
Right.
are
in this
relevant.
season,
And you're
I thought
dismissing the
18,
fact that at least
I
4 of
thought
those
19 was
fumbles
more
were
than
center
18.
snap exchange issues.
Do we
Exactly.
know what all of Allen's turnovers are? We don't.
We know
I
he
have to
don't
look at
have a
all the
problem
interceptions.
with
Was
center
it?
snap exchange, bro.
Yeah,
It's not like
come
that's
on, man.
widely
Your center
reported.
is pretty good. Let's not pretend like
On
that's one of the issues that you guys have had.
on the
It's him
point
straight
that
up throwing it to the other team or
I mean, if
on,
being
you've
the other
got
team.
information we're not working with, Mark, by all means, show it to us. But I doubt
I'd
that
have to look at
any
the
of them
I'd have
are
to look at the
center
fumbles. I'd
snap
have to look at
exchanges.
the interceptions because you don't. And same thing with Miami's interceptions. It has the receiver run a wrong pattern. What's the cause of the interception? You have to
Backyard
analyze. I'm
football is
just
the
looking at
cause
raw
of the
numbers.
interception. You know as well as I do. It's backyard football, which is a double-edged sword, which is fair to say. It's the way you guys win, but it's also the way you guys can lose.
And this is why I
Hmm.
say Josh Allen will be your downfall. He will
on
cough. He will cough up that ball this Sunday. He
another
will.
Go
another
ahead,
thing
Daddy.
that caller did bring up that is interesting is like when Tyreek dropped the ball in the end zone against the Ravens. I knew the Dolphins were going to lose from that point on. I mean, we got to do touchdown. We don't need field goals. We need to convert. If we like he's saying, if we're scoring and then they score and we're not stopping them, whoever stops the other offense to a 3-and-out or a punt is going to win this game.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
still think whoever
even
has
if
the
you look
ball
at the
last
Ravens, even if you look
is
at the
gonna win this
Ravens
game.
with that Hall of Fame D, whatever. even if you look at them, they still they didn't score a lot of points, but they still moved the ball down the field and got stopped and burned up 12 minutes every time they had the ball. And that helped their defense be that Hall of Fame defense they were. You know, when you get in these types of games, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, I mean, you get it, Patrick Mahomes, you get in these types of games, and you can throw your defense out the window and just hope for the best. You can have the best defense in the world. But if your offense ain't helping to keep up with their offense, your defense is going to look like the worst one ever to take the field. Every single time, no matter what logo you put on your jersey.
Yeah, it could be 3rd and 18, and they're going to convert. So the defense doesn't matter. You gotta score.
They at least have the potential to do that, and you can't fault your defense per se. It's defense. That's the very definition of the word. You don't know what's going to happen. You're trying to defend against anything. You're reacting. And everybody thinks defense is like offense, where you call this play and it's a sure thing. So if it don't work, it must be the bad play calling on the defensive coordinator. You know, it's like I just watched a video. I just watched a video yesterday that showed me why NFL offenses scoring is down this year, and why defenses are catching up, and the things they're doing to stop all these passing attacks, right? And guess who invented that? And guess who everybody's using it, including Flores? Because guess what, people? The zero blitz concept is the same thing Fangio invented. The only difference is you're running cover zero on one of your halves, and you're putting every 7 guys on the line of scrimmage, whether you drop them back into coverage or not. You're still running the same Fangio defense when the snap of the ball happens if you don't go all-out blitz. You're still sending the same guys back into coverage, doing the same thing they're doing in a Vic Fangio secondary scheme.
So, caller, do you think that pressure...
It's like, I'm sorry, Daddy Dean, I just wanted to finish by saying it's literally the standard of NFL defense right now, just so y'all know. It is up to the players to execute it. There's nothing Vic Fangio can do about that. Go ahead, Daddy.
So you're saying that pressures with a 4-man front instead of blitzing is more effective nowadays?
Yeah, well, it has to do with what they're doing is they're splitting the field vertically. Okay, so they're cutting the field in half, east to west, right? So there's an east half and a west half, okay? And they're running different coverages on each half. Sometimes that could be different zone schemes. Sometimes that can be zone over here and man over here. Sometimes it just depends. But what it's designed to do is basically with the 4-man pressure, it's designed to make the quarterback have to make as quick a decision as possible, because your defense has the ability to either keep a guy, like there's 2 players involved that have the ability to either keep a guy or pass him off to somebody else. And it's like all fluid after the snap of the ball, but it takes a lot of communication, and it takes a lot of like really highly intelligent players. In Baltimore's case, because they showed some Baltimore defensive footage, Kyle Hamilton was the key, right? In our defense, it's likely Javon Holland. In Buffalo's defense, you're looking at whoever their free safety is, you know what I mean? But it all comes down to, how you pass off these receivers so that you're basically cutting off the window. The window happens, but it happens so quick that the quarterback can't, even the better quarterbacks, and even the cerebral quarterbacks, as he called them, have a hard time sometimes realizing that a guy got passed off or didn't, and can get interceptions out of it, Like, it's just the standard of NFL defense right now.
Is that why Ramsey's not following? Do you think that he's trying to train Ramsey to give up?
A lot of it has to do with that, but it also could explain his answer when asked about Eli Apple. when he said that it's because he basically trusts him. He knows the defense, he knows the scheme, and he has experience.
So it's not like a one-man thing; it's a team thing.
Yes, and it takes it. This is why they keep throwing the word communication out there. I know we're doing it on offense more often than defense, but it really is communication on defense. And when you look at last week, Javon Holland just getting back his first game, if he's the whole communicator of all this, then you can see why we were a half step slow in the secondary.
And he said itself on an interview on 560 QAM. He wasn't in true football focus.
Right, and that's probably his way of saying, "Yo, it's been a while. There's a lot of crazy stuff to think about, and I was rusty,
Yeah.
And if I mean, I'm not trying to throw an excuse out there. I'm just saying that we saw like the very first time we put it out on the field what happened against the Chargers, and then ever since then it's just gelled and gelled and gelled, and we see culminating in a performance like with Ramsey, when he entered the picture, and how we've been since then. I mean, I don't want to just say, oh, but when you talk about such a lopsided victory like that, I mean, you're not going to hang 56 points on our defense. I mean, when at least 3 of those scores were on a short field, and you got a free safety that just take it back. You know what I mean?
It's not going to happen in back-to-back weeks, period.
Remember about a half step slow, right? When I say a half step slow, because maybe you're thinking about more because it's been a while since you had to do all that. Look, a half step slow is all it takes in the NFL to get embarrassed by a guy like Lamar Jackson. We were a half step slow from traveling across country after facing the Raiders to face the Jaguars with Dan Marino, and we lost 62-7. That's what happens when you're a half step slow in the NFL. Don't matter who you are, no matter how good your team is.
Now, going over all the losses that we had, and we had a win right after the Buffalo game, who did we play and what was the score?
I believe we played Carolina or New York Giants.
So after
can't remember
we
off
lost
the
to the
top of
Bills,
my head.
we had the Giants, and we won that game. So we lost to Buffalo, we beat the Giants, and then we beat Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the next 2 games.
Then after the Eagles game, who did we play?
After the Eagles, we played New England. Then we played Kansas City, lost that game. Then after Kansas City, we had the bye. We played the Raiders, the Jets, Commanders, 103. Then lost to Tennessee, which we shouldn't have. And then destroyed the Jets, beat Dallas, lost to Baltimore, and now we have it feels like a Royal Rumble. Like if you guys watch WWE or when I used to watch it as a kid, World Wrestling Federation. If you guys, that's what it feels like a Royal Rumble, SmackDown kind of game.
Right, like your favorite guy keeps right. Your favorite guy keeps getting tossed. Right, Miss Phins, your favorite guy keeps getting tossed like on top of the rope and almost falls over, but doesn't and falls back in. It's like
Exactly. He's like, "Oh no, you're not gonna tag me out." Like that's what I'm telling you right now. That's what it feels like. This is it, man.
This is make me feel real. My heart is starting to match my head now.
Well, I'll give you another one, Dad. How about the fact that we didn't just play? People want to talk about the Jets checking out on us, even though I contend, they're still to this day the 3rd ranked defense.
Exactly.
But okay, so they checked out against us. Let's say that. Let's give them that. Well, what about the close to 30 points we hung on them the first time we played them earlier in the season? Same Jets defense. playing at the height of their game, still thinking they had a chance to do something this year.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not like we haven't been able to have success against good defenses. It just hasn't been at the right time, and the right day, and the right
Folks,
opponent.
I've got an interesting little set of numbers to, you talk about this being an outscore 'em kind of game, but we may all very well be wrong, and this may end up becoming a defensive game because if you look at the 4 times that the
I
Dolphins
always
had to
am,
play a
Mark.
defense, that the Dolphins had to play a defense that could generate a 4-person pass rush, that have coverage, that can do a coverage. They don't have the blitz. The Dolphins have scored 14 against Kansas City, 17 against Philadelphia, 19 against the Ravens, and 20 against Buffalo. And if this game becomes into a defensive matchup, and with the history of the Dolphins, and I only look at history in the 2023 season because nothing else ahead of after or before that is relevant to me. And if you go on that premise and you compare where Buffalo's defense is, performance wise and health wise and personnel wise, against where the Dolphins defense is based on injuries and the like, this game swings in Buffalo's favor.
You know
That's
what
why
swings in
we need to
Buffalo's
break
favor
through and
too,
score.
Bill?
That's why we need to break through and score. Fortunately, our offense is not playing your offense, and they're not, they're playing your defense. And the thing of
Actually,
it
you'd be
is,
better off
Mark,
playing our offense because
but
our
you make a
defense is
good
actually
point. Hold on,
dominating.
you make a good point, which says to me, for the Dolphins, it's a race to 30. If we can score on you guys, finally, because I'll give you credit, okay? If we finally can break through your defense, you guys have nothing on the back end.
Oh, I'll tell you this.
Maybe you could clarify that a
Because
little bit.
what
But
I'm
I'm not
saying
quite
is,
understanding how that's
if we're clicking, it doesn't matter how bad our defense is because we will match every score.
Meaning,
Yeah,
when we stop
then you're
you
down
guys and
to
make you
your
field
kicker
goals,
versus
we will be
ours.
scoring touchdown. Our kicker is
And
way
I'm
better than
liking
you.
our odds this year on that, Mark. I mean, I know you
Yeah,
guys got a
our,
great kicker too, but come on,
our
man.
kicker's better than your. I'm gonna take
Sanders
my
is
kicker
good,
any
man,
day.
right now. I ain't worried about Sanders.
Hence why I said 61-yarder. I'm all for Sanders, baby. Let's go. To win the game, I'll put it on him, and I wholeheartedly believe him. And I have no problem in doing that.
See, Mark,
So
I was actually at the Dallas game, and I felt the conditions he was kicking in that night when he banged a 57-yarder and 2 other 50-plus yard field goals.
57, 54, 51, or 52.
Does
So
anybody
yeah,
have the stats of how
And
many?
it wasn't the type of weather you bang 57-yard field goals in. Just saying. Go ahead. Sorry, Dad.
Out of curiosity, how many games did Tua win when he had 3 touchdowns?
ooh, that's a great question. I don't have the answer to that.
I'd
I'm gonna
venture
be
to
honest with
say
you.
his winning percentage is probably pretty good, scoring 3 or
Pretty
more
good.
touchdowns.
Yeah, because I will tell you this, and I'm gonna go back to it. In the last 22 games, the Miami Dolphins are 19-3 at home. In the last 22 games, ladies and gentlemen, with Tua
Again, Miss
Tagovailoa,
Phins,
Miami Dolphins are
it's not a relevant number. If the numbers don't count, you have to look at the numbers only this year because rosters are different. So you have to look at this
Man,
year's team being what, 7-1 at home.
Okay,
You're acting
so we're
like we
eight
both
and
tanked.
one.
You're acting like we both tanked and completely
I
reconstructed our
mean,
roster, man. Come on.
what the hell are you talking about?
Well,
Like,
if you want to take it back to that color, then Josh Allen's going to tear you apart. That's why I don't go back on. I don't go back in previous years.
We did have a regime change. And since then, we're 1-3. The one victory coming in our house by holding you to 19 points.
okay, you want to go by only this year. Only this year, the Miami Dolphins are currently 7-2 at home. We got the
No, you
second
can't be
best.
7-2 at home. You could be 7-1 at home because you have 9 home games this year.
Yeah, we're 7-1.
Well,
You know?
Yeah, we
seven
only
and one
lost.
because they
You'll be
well, I
7-2
guess
Sunday
the
night.
Kansas City game they had us initially at home, but that's an away
Now,
game.
the
So
Kansas City game was scheduled to be in Kansas City and was played in Germany.
I guess you didn't hear what I just said, but okay. It was initially set up as a home game in Germany for us, but then they switched it to
No, it
the
wasn't, Miss
Kansas City
Fins. The
being
home
home.
game was Kansas City's home game, not Miami's.
I literally,
It don't
again, you're not
matter.
listening. You're not hearing what I just said, but that's fine, Mark.
I've
It's
heard it twice, and you've
really
been
not.
wrong twice. So
And literally, I just said it was initially as a home game listed, but it was in Germany, and Kansas City ended up having that as a home game. Let me finish, and then you can hear what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand why you can't hear that. We're
how
seven and
many
one at
games
home.
have the how
It's
many how
still
many
one
home
of
games have
the
the
best
Dolphins played this
records.
year?
We are
Non-exhibition.
tied
8.
right now for the second best record at home at 7-1. The only team that has a better record than us who hasn't because I think Cowboys just lost a game. They were the last team to not have a loss at home, and I'm pretty sure they just lost their last home game. Not to
They
double
should have lost their
check
last.
here, but that's the
They
only.
didn't lose. No, they beat Detroit. They shouldn't have beat
I
Detroit, but they
think
did beat them.
And if you want to base everything off this year, then you can't say you know
then they
anything
are the
because
only
we
ones that
haven't
are
played you
undefeated
at
at home.
home this year.
We
And the
haven't.
only thing we
At
The
the
can
end
go
of
teams
the
haven't.
back
day,
The
on is
teams
the
we're
haven't
last
played
time
till
one
we
week
and
faced
4.
you at Hard Rock, we won.
Doesn't matter what happened last year. Rosters are different.
It don't matter what
And if
happened this year either because we haven't played at Hard Rock.
well,
Exactly.
you take your roster and all of its injuries,
I
and
mean,
I'll
you
take
act
the
like
Bills
that means
roster.
nothing. You act like going into Buffalo
we don't
means
care about
nothing.
injuries. We don't
Exactly. And
care or
everybody,
cry about injuries. Like, it is what it
we
is.
No,
can't.
but injuries will determine the outcome of this game.
Mark,
And
do
if
you
it does, it
understand
does. So what?
53-man roster, man? Like, it's a 53-man
I mean,
roster.
are
They
you
will
really
be
going to be
okay.
proud that you beat a team full of
They're gonna
injuries?
step up. Or they don't.
I'm just
At the
saying the
end of the
season
day,
plays out as the
that's what
season
it is.
plays out. At the start of the season, the Bills had
Now, what
major
happens
critical
if we
injuries
do
on
get the
defense.
victory with all these injuries? What's that say
And
about y'all?
Then I
then on
absolutely
top of that, you don't
congratulate
even
you.
make the playoffs. Let's say you don't. Worst case scenario for you guys, you don't make the playoffs. We beat you. Steelers, Jags win. What then, Mark?
Then you
Because I know
just
you're
move
gonna
on and
tell
you
us.
start dealing with
You're
the
gonna tell
offseason.
us what is it? It's very unlikely to happen, right? Because I'm sure that's what you're gonna say. That you're just gonna move on. That's it. You're just moving on to
That's the only thing
the
you
off
can do,
season.
Miss Finn. You move on. You move on. You move into the offseason. You make the moves that you have to make, and you have to address the salary cap issues, and you have the draft and everything, and all the things, and you move forward to 2024. That's all you can do. And as I've said, the season plays out. Injuries happen to all teams.
Exactly.
It just so
Hence why we don't
happens
have
that the Dolphins'
excuses.
injuries have been going on throughout the season,
Right.
and Buffalo has
Okay,
now
Mark.
healed up at the end.
Let me feed into your narrative real quick, just for the sake of it. Right. Miami Dolphins are injury
Yeah, clearly.
depleted, and by
Every
definition, we
team
are
is
now
in injuries.
considered we are now considered
Like,
relative to the Bills to be a bad football team, right? Okay,
No, I
fine.
don't consider you a bad football team.
Okay, but
I
I'm
consider
conceding
you
that. But
an
I'm
injured
conceding
football
that.
team.
I'm conceding that. Okay, I'm conceding that we're a bad football team right now. Okay, I'm conceding that. My point
I'll
here
concede
is,
that you were a bad football team last Sunday.
oh, geez. Okay, fine. We're a bad football team, which means we're a bad football team with a coach that has to find a way to beat a good football team. Fortunately for us, there's about 4 games worth of tape this year that we can look at to find out how bad teams beat you all.
As we can do for the Dolphins. It's not just a one-way. It's
Fair
not just a
enough.
one-way ticket, color.
Fair enough.
I mean,
There's
there's
one
one game,
team.
but sure. One game. Like, literally one game.
I mean, fair enough. I'm willing to acknowledge that.
I've laid out the game. I've laid out the blueprint to how to
Ooh,
beat the
maybe
Dolphins, and
y'all
I
should
laid
have
it out in week
paid
4.
attention to those games a little closer, not put all that bad tape down to bad football teams. Because now you got to face another bad football team.
According to you, because
Nothing,
we're definitely not a bad
nothing that
football
Buffalo
team.
did in week 4 is.
I roasted him right
Oh,
off the
I
panel,
swear.
Michael. Look at that.
Knocked it out of
No,
here just like you're gonna do with the
I did
Bills,
not
right?
touch him, guys. I
That
literally,
was
we've
such an
been saying.
that was such an awesome mic drop. I dropped his mic.
No, he's been having connection issues all day. So it's not like I was
I
really
Yeah,
bet
number
just
you.
two because I
I,
thought he was
I
about
bet
to come.
you it's his Bluetooth.
I'm
That's why
back,
it sounds like
Mark.
he has water on the
I'm
mic.
gonna drop it again. Yeah, it's his connection. I don't know what it is because it wasn't even connecting his mic, so I couldn't even add him earlier. And that
Yeah,
and
it's
he
his
could just
Bluetooth.
drop
It's
it
his
off and come
Bluetooth.
back. Yeah.
It's his Bluetooth. That's
So
why it sounds like he has
okay,
water on
bye.
the mic.
well, hopefully the Bills have the
Come
same
back,
loss.
Mark. I want people to think I literally scared the
Remember
devil.
Mr. Polk.
I didn't
Remember
even
Mr.
realize what
Polk.
was going on.
Miss Phins, remember Mr. Polk was dealing with the same thing for like 2 weeks, and he finally bought a new Bluetooth headset and cured it.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what? At the end of it, look,
But
let's
they probably
continue.
don't
I
have
love
any
I love
Bluetooth
talking to
headsets
Mark
on the
because
shelves up there.
Brad brings some good points. So it's not like I'm gonna ignore what he was
Well, of
saying.
course not.
Obviously,
Right, but right, but Miss
and this is
Finns,
why I
those
also
are
need
all like
people to understand.
all of his points though are truisms. Like we know the Buffalo Bills are a strong team. We know that.
Yeah,
Like
and they're
every
coming
point he
off of
makes
four
is a
wins straight.
truism.
And this is the other thing people need to understand. Yeah, they got 4 wins, 4 straight wins. So Kansas City, we could all agree, has been playing like crap this season. So Dallas Cowboys, that some people say are frauds, which I don't agree, but they're very inconsistent. That I will say. To a Los Angeles Chargers who literally had
Well, the
Easton
Cowboys
Stick.
lost to two bad teams, us and the Cardinals. So there you go, Buffalo. Good
Miss
job.
Well,
Miss
I still
Fins,
want to acknowledge that we're a bad team because I don't think we are.
Miss
And then
Fins,
they
someone
they
hello real quick.
survived Patriots. So they really haven't had a good showing even in these 4 games that they've won. Sorry,
Right.
Dean. Let me
Now go
excuse you
back to
because
when we had a 4-game winning streak. How did
oh, what's
we
up,
win those
Joy?
games? Oh, look at that.
How you doing?
Good.
Also, you enjoying your break, your holiday break, winter break?
Mhm.
Awesome. And
Hey,
listen, keep
buddy,
studying, keep
what is
rocking.
today? Tell her what today is.
Our family anniversary.
Ah, love it, love it, love it. Well, happy
Are the Dolphins
anniversary to
gonna
you
win?
guys.
Are the Dolphins gonna win, Joy?
I think so.
I'll
Like,
take
I
that.
think so.
I like that. Awesome. See, I'm telling you, people don't know. Like I tell you all the time, kids do watch this show for a reason. Like this is a family-friendly show for a reason. Kids watch this show, you know. But thanks, Dean. That was pretty awesome. I love seeing Joy. She's pretty cool, man, and a very young, very astute Dolphin fan. You know what I mean? So I love
So,
it.
Dad, Dean, do you guys your family anniversary? Do you guys go by when you and your wife started the family by getting married, or man, I lost him? Or I'll finish the question just for the sake of
Yeah, I
it, but
think.
or do you start it at the moment of your firstborn child? Like, is that when you consider the family to have begun? You know,
That'll be very interesting. You know, let's see. I don't know
because
if he heard it all,
some
but
people get married and they think, oh, that's our family. We're at least start. The marriage is the start of it for some people, and so I don't know if you heard
Dean,
the
did you hear
question,
what he
Dad.
said?
Yeah, I missed the question, but
So
uh,
your
I
family anniversary, I was wondering if it started when you and your wife got married, like that's when you started the family, or is it at the firstborn child? Like, is that when you said that's our family now?
let me explain the 157, January 5th, 2007. Me and my wife were engaged to get married, uh, and we decided to say a prayer to our Heavenly Father. and ask him for a blessing on that day, January 5th, 2007, that he would bless our family in the future. And every 1:57 p.m. every day, we text each other that we love each other. And since that time, we have two beautiful children, as you know, Daniel and Joy. And yeah, we've been blessed ever since. So we decided, instead of celebrating Christmas every year, that we would have a family anniversary and celebrate it January 5th every year and get presents and do all this after the Christmas holiday and
Uh-huh.
uh, and celebrate that way. So it's
Well, that's
a
different.
commitment that me and my wife made to God and got blessed, and we're returning the favor to him. Glory to God.
Hey, that's awesome, man. That's pretty cool. Very unique. I'd never heard something like that. So that's
I mean, you
awesome.
ask a question, you get answers around here. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Well, that's why you come to Miss Fans to get answers. Oh, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. Oh, is this dog Dean, who is also a member and subscribed to Miss Fans? Yes, even the dog is subscribed to Miss Fans.
I hear that dog Dean is trying to skirt out of there and sneak his own way on over to Color's house is what I hear.
Yeah, you're his favorite.
he saw that turkey, green beans, and carrots. He's like, Color's cooking it up. I'm jealous.
You're muted, Dad Dean.
Yeah, he's looking
There you
for
go.
you. Yeah, my mic was off. Yeah. He's like, "Where's caller?"
There he is. Oh,
So
there's your pup.
There's a little monster right there, living the life. Living the life. It's Friday morning at 10, so why not sleep?
Right? But look, I'll tell you this, and I guess going back
And
to the
yes, that is a
Dolphins in
Dolphins
this game,
jersey on Sundays,
and I
by the
guess
way.
I love that. I
all right, say
absolutely love
goodbye.
that.
Goodbye.
Bye, Dog Dean. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and being a member.
He's all excited.
Too
Caller's on
adorable.
the screen.
Absolutely too adorable. I'll tell you that.
And when I say
But no,
when I say it's a jersey on Sunday, I ain't lying. He's even,
look, he's
he's
a
even got
TD.
look. He's even got the throwback. Look, little throwback. Mm,
Look at
mm,
that. That's my favorite logo too. So
yeah,
that's my
there you
favorite
go.
logo too. But look,
He's
ladies and
he
gentlemen,
he's
most people
he's
don't.
he's double as good as Braxton Berrios.
Hey, we're gonna need him there. Can he catch a ball? Because we're gonna need him.
He
We're gonna
can.
need him out
He
there.
actually can. He absolutely can.
I don't know what happened to Mark. I dropped the link again.
He catches better than Waddle sometimes. Not gonna
I
lie.
really wanted him to finish his point, man. But Mark, you're always that I actually believe. I wish Mark was here. I don't. Man, he really is having some technical issues because he was trying to connect earlier and then I still couldn't. But Mark, we love you over here. We know we love you over here. So keep on coming. I'll tell you this. Look, I know. Let's be real. Let's all put on our football hats. The Buffalo Bills haven't played all that great, but they're finding ways to win. That's always a dangerous team. We absolutely can lose this game. I mean, I'm not even gonna try to sugarcoat it or nothing. We absolutely can lose this game. If our offense trips over itself with turnovers, they get opportune opportunities from us, and our defense can't stop them. We're absolutely losing this game. There's no other way of putting it. If our defense can't stop them from scoring touchdowns, or getting them to 3-and-outs, making them punt, very likely we're going to lose this game. If our offense doesn't put up touchdowns versus field goals, very likely we're going to lose this game. And guess what? They see that too. They wholeheartedly believe that they can stop us and keep us to either scoring field goals or not scoring at all. And with no Waddle, they feel like they can just bracket Tyreek and not have to worry about anybody else. They have the pass rush to be able to get
Did
to
you
us.
guys ever see King Arthur?
But let me finish, Color. Let me finish before King Arthur, okay? But it doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen, because we're about to destroy the Bills. We have the team to do it. We got the offense to do it. We had the quarterback to do it. And guess what? Minus this last game, which is a wash. I don't care what anybody tells me. They're not all that better than us. The Dolphins have been playing a much better season than they have, period. They just had some balls literally fall their way. Like some games that were gifted to them. At this point, every win we've had, we've taken. Is that Grandpa Dean?
Grandpa Dean, that's my brother.
Oops, my bad. Brother Dean, how are you doing?
Doing
It's
good.
the hair, man. It's the hair. You know what I mean?
Be different.
Silver fox.
It's okay, brother Dean. It's okay, brother Dean. She calls me Grandpa all the time, man. You know.
What's up? How are you, man? Happy New Year's.
Yeah, he's celebrating the family anniversary with us too.
Yep. There you go.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Quick story. Every time I would watch the Dolphins game with my brother, like Jacksonville last year, and they came back and kicked that long field goal and they lost. The Tennessee game just recently, they lost. So I told them the Cowboys.
You're not welcome on Sunday, by the way, sir. I'm telling you right now.
What I did is I told my brother that the Cowboys game was at 8 p.m. So he comes in at halftime. He's like, they started already. I said, yeah. And what we do, we won the game, so we broke the streak.
Yeah,
What
so
do you say,
sorry, sir. You're not welcome on Sunday, man. The game starts at 10 p.m., okay?
Yeah, I distracted him.
You didn't want me to say, well, actually, it was fun when I got in there. It was a good game.
Yeah, when he finally joined us, they started coming back.
Bring him at 10. Bring him at 10. We'll take him at 10. No earlier than that, man.
They moved the game to Monday.
Exactly, they did. Yeah, Monday Night Football, exactly. I love it, man. I love it. Oh, geez. But, Color, you were saying something. What's up?
Oh, I was just thinking about how I feel about the game coming up. So you ever see the movie King Arthur?
Yeah, I love that movie.
With Clive Owen?
Yeah.
Right. So remember at the end, right? Close to the end when they got their walking papers, Rome abandons the wall, and they're all like free to go home or go back to Rome or whatever they want to do, and they're all packing their stuff up, and Arthur sticks around because that's his home, and what else is he going to do but defend it? Right? And he rolls up on the hill in full battle regalia, right? And he yells out at them, you know, Roos! And they look back and they look at each other and they're like, we completely got our freedom. We can go back and live the life we've been fighting to have for our whole lives. But no, we're going to gear up and go right back to that battlefield and probably die, you know what I mean? And like, and the expression on all their faces when they've come to that realization, you could feel it. They didn't have to say anything to each other. They all just looked at each other kind of with a accepting smile on their face, like, here we go again. You know what I mean? Like, we can't run from battle. You know what I mean? Exactly. No matter what, that's what we are. We're warriors. You know what I mean? And that's what we do. And there's no way we're going to let a warrior go back there by himself. Even if we got our freedom, we can check out. We can walk out on the season. We can hang our hats on playoff berth. We can do whatever. Or we can kiss our Falcon goodbye, tell him he's free, and go back to the battlefield.
We're going back to the battlefield.
By the way, that
I'm
was the
going.
best part of the movie, by the way, just so you all know.
Yeah. We're gonna definitely do it. And I asked you guys earlier, who will need to have a bigger game to win Sunday Night Football? Tua or Allen? 89% of you guys said Tua, 10% said Allen. I'm right there with you guys. Tua will need to go ahead and seriously just play out of his mind. That's it, and he can do it.
Well, that's why I
Show
brought up
up.
that reference, Miss Phins. It's just that's what you are, bro. Go out there and leave it all out on the field, man. There ain't no going home. You know
There is
what I
no going
mean?
home. Exactly.
Just, you know, resign yourself to what you
And
got ahead of you and fight your best. That's all you can do.
that's all you can do, and they can do it. And hey, we got another membership. Jose M. Congratulations. Depop
Oh,
just
thanks,
gifted
Jose.
you another membership. Man, you guys have been awesome in gifting the memberships and really giving it to each other and donating and stuff. I appreciate it. So we got another one. Thank you, Bebop, for donating that membership, man. Like that's pretty awesome. Look, even Jose says, thank you, Bebop. Honestly, we we have every tool needed. If Waddle doesn't play, next man up. If Hill doesn't play, next man up. If our secondary's banged up, AVG step up. You know what I mean? Melvin Ingram step up. We have players, and what I need people to understand is that we absolutely can win this game. Will we win this game? People keep asking the wrong questions. Can we win this game? Yes. Do we have what it takes? Yes. Do we have the personnel? Yes. Will we win this game? The only people that can answer that question are the Miami Dolphins. Period. We can't answer that for them. They're the ones that got to answer that for themselves. And I'm telling you right now, it makes it so easy for us if to say here that they will win this game, when in reality, ladies and gentlemen, nobody really knows. Nobody really knows. But we can still do it. But we have the opportunity to do it. We gotta take it, and we'll see if they do at the end of the day. But I wholeheartedly believe in my team that we have what it takes to do it. Even with the injuries, even with the personnel change, we have what it takes. Will we do it? That's up to them to answer. There's nothing that we can do other than sit back and watch. And I'm gonna be on that chair and I'm gonna be eating my nachos and just like stare at this game because holy smokes, this is it, man. This is our championship game for the division. Period. This is for the number 2 overall, and the Miami Dolphins right now have everything they need to make it happen. And you know what? We have everything we need to make it happen. But if you need something to make it happen, as in Chef Juice and Chef Juice Catering and Sweet Treats, looking for a great chef to cater your next birthday, business, office party, etc., with mouth-watering cookies, cakes, pies, and more, then go ahead and call and reach out to Chef Ju at 786 804-8096. That's 786-804-8096 or via Facebook Messenger or Instagram at Chef Ju, J-U Catering for more information. And mention Miss Phins to get a 10% discount on your order, guys. And let's continue to support those who do support ourselves because we love what we're doing here. And I'm just so grateful for everybody that has been here and has supported, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this puppy up because it's Friday and I'm gonna enjoy my Friday. But I want to hear from you guys. Well, before I do, I want to say special thanks to all of our members, guys. Thank you to all of our members. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for everybody that became a new member, like Dog Dean in the building, Mrs. Dean in the building. Adam Mess with the donating of the 5 memberships, man. Thank you so much. Joy Dean as well. Also, Jose, who became a member gifted by Bebop. Thank you, all you guys, for becoming members because you guys literally, you keep the dream going. You know what I mean? Nothing I can say, but thank you very much. Ah, look at that! Look at that! I'm loving it. Yeah, man. Color, you got a Dolphins hat on? Can we at least see the hat? We don't gotta see your face. You want to show it, but at least let's see the
All
hat,
right,
man.
hold on.
You gotta, yeah, give us something.
Let's see if I
That's
can
what
switch.
we're talking about.
I'll just do this instead of switching my
You're
camera
muted. You're
around.
muted, Dadine.
I'll do this instead of switching my camera around. How about this for a Dolphins hat?
Oh, look at that! But you gotta do it. Go on the other side. Go on your wall because the sun is kind of covering. It's hard to see.
Oh,
So
here,
turn
let me do
around.
this one.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me do
Yeah.
this, and I'll just switch it to the other camera.
Because you're
Settings.
facing the sun and it's hard to see with the light. But if you're facing your
I was
wall and then there you go. Look at
I,
that color commentary. That's awesome, man. That's pretty dope.
I
Go
need
ahead, Dean.
a Dean family dolphin colors like you have, Miss Phins. Yeah.
Ah, you need a chain. Yeah, I got my chain. My chain over here. It's in my wall. Well, I'm by my door. But
But
yes, yes, the
this is
chain.
likely because it's probably going to be pretty chilly. That's likely the one I'll be wearing Sunday.
Oh, I'm wearing this one right here. This is what I will be wearing Sunday because it's gonna be nighttime. It's gonna be windy, and it's gonna be chilly. It's already reported that it's gonna end up being 69 degrees. So
Yeah,
it's gonna
but
be
you know,
really chilly, man.
oh yeah, and that upper deck breeze is going to be pretty chilly.
Hey, it gets chilly at the bottom too. People forget this. On Christmas Day last year was
But
40 degrees in the stadium.
what I need to
So
know
yeah.
though, what I need to know, and this might be better answered by our northern friends. How many of y'all gonna be rocking one of these Sunday night?
Ah, nice. I might be wearing my gloves.
Yeah,
I got
bring
my
back
Dolphins
logo.
gloves.
That's that was used to be my wall pennant when I bought it. Because, what else am I going to use it for, right? And then when I moved to Missouri, I figured out what to use it for really quick.
Yeah, that's
pretty
definitely
pretty
different
nice on the neck. We get that little drafty neck. It's perfect for that.
now. Oh yeah, yeah. All the new
I,
members, guys. Let me see them emojis,
oh, that's
guys.
nice.
Miss Phins, I got an
Uh,
announcement to make. Since
Go
it's
ahead, sir.
the anniversary, I want to gift the show for a giveaway. I got this Dan Marino bobblehead.
What?
And give it away to one of the, win or lose Monday morning. I'm gonna give this away
Okay, let me write
to
this down.
one of the
Absolutely.
lucky callers. Dan Marino bobblehead. There you go. It's a
Thank you
donation
so
to the show.
much.
You can keep it
Awesome.
or you can make it a giveaway. It's up to you.
Yeah, keep it her.
Well, I'm not
From
gonna
us
lie,
to
because
you,
I
Miss
kind of want
Fins.
to myself because that's like the limited edition
That's
one.
awesome.
But you want to give it as a giveaway, then hey man, that's a giveaway. That's a giveaway, that's for sure. Ken, I know you're not a member, but yet, but you have been here since day one. Dan Marino,
So if
Funko
you
Pop,
want this, you
man.
gotta subscribe. You gotta subscribe
There you
and
go.
thumbs up.
See, so we'll do a giveaway.
Giving it away.
Look at her
Awesome.
marking it down. Look at her marking it down on the sticky note. Giveaway.
Yeah,
Dan
man,
Marino
y'all don't think
bobblehead.
I got a Dolphins, bro. I got a
Uh,
Dolphins notebook, dude. Look at
For
this
my
thing.
for my upper torso attire, I will be donning the key to the game. We all know him. We all love him. That's the key to the game, and that's the jersey I'll be wearing Sunday night.
Yeah, let's go, A-Chain.
Only bright spot
That's a
on our
beautiful
team
jersey,
right
by the
now.
way. Whatever you gotta wear it, man. Because we
Well,
gotta
he
get
ripped
this
off
W.
He ripped
We
off
gotta get this W in
137
Dallas.
yards and 2 touchdowns the first time I wore it. So, yeah, we'll go with that.
We're
We
gonna need
won't
that
talk
same
Want to see
about
what
production
Joy?
from him. We're gonna need that.
we won't talk about the outcome of the game because that's not up to him anyway. So he did what he needed to do when I wore it. So
Exactly.
I'm gonna wear it again because we're gonna need every bit of that
Good. What's
137
up, Dean?
yards and 2 touchdowns Sunday night.
This is what Joy got me for my anniversary gift. Pretty cool, huh?
Seriously. What? Oh
Yes.
man, that's awesome. That's a Miami Dolphins speaker.
Bluetooth.
Nice. I'm
See
loving
now
that.
that right there,
Man, dude, I totally
that
think
right
that's a good
there is a
gift.
special gift to me. That's a
Dolphin
special
fans,
gift right there.
did I hear that?
That
Right?
is one of those. It's like not only does it have Dolphins
Yup,
logo on
you
it,
heard that right.
but it's
Dolphins
useful for something.
win, baby.
Everybody can use a Bluetooth speaker, an extra Bluetooth speaker, man. That is like a perfect gift. I'm just saying, that's a perfect gift.
Collar. What? Yeah. Yeah. I see the light. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Big time.
Love
Let's
it.
go. Let's go.
Love it.
He's got Michael McDonald
Love it.
playing on
Let's
that
go
thing.
Dolphins.
I
Exactly.
keep forgetting, not in love anymore.
Let's do this thing. Let's close the deal. I got my rally.
I keep forgetting, things will never be the same again.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, I practice Michael McDonald. I can do anything in Michael McDonald. You want to hear a birthday charm in Michael McDonald? A happy birthday to you. I said happy birthday to you.
I love it. I love it. Listen,
I can
guys,
do the
I
national
appreciate all
anthem
of
in
you
Michael
guys
McDonald.
supporting.
Oh, say, can you
Okay, bro.
see?
Okay. Stop, bro. Because I have to. You see what's behind me, right?
Yeah,
So I
YouTube's
gotta
gonna
turn
be like,
around every time I hear that.
Striker. She's copywriting Michael McDonald. Striker.
I will shout you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dad Dean, for coming through.
No
I
problem.
appreciate you. Color need to be put out before I get copywritten. Uh, but give me your
Smash
last
that
take.
button, people.
Give me your last take real quick on this game. You feel
Now that
better about this
caller
game?
led me to the light. Caller led me to the light. I think it's going to be Dolphins 32 and then Bills 17.
7.
No, not 70, Jan. Stop it.
22-17 Bills.
Man, that
Yeah.
light must shine bright. You went from
I like
losing to
her.
blowout for the Finns. I like it.
Let's go with the patterns, man. The 3, 2,
Right?
1.
I like that.
Yeah. Gotta go with it. And since my daughter
Oh,
got me this
bebop,
big,
bebop, bebop. I love our national anthem.
so yeah,
That's a smart
yeah.
kid right there.
I think
That's a
I
smart
think
kid
I
right there.
converted back over. So thanks for the show. Thanks for
That's
having
what
me
I'm talking
on. Everybody subscribe. You get a chance to win that bobblehead. Okay.
Hey man, I appreciate you have been
Yeah,
super supportive since the beginning, your
you.
whole family. So thank you, man. Thank you so
I as
much.
well.
You guys are a blessing, and I wish nothing but prosperity and success and many blessings to you and your family.
And likewise, because you've been highly supportive with me as well, and I appreciate it, Dad Dean. So likewise to you. I echo all of Miss Finn's words.
Let's say hello.
Eat a bagel. Have one too.
All right.
Bye, bro, Dean.
See y'all later.
You're not welcome to 10
easy, Dad.
p.m. 10 p.m.
Yeah. Monday night football, right, guys?
Exactly. Monday
For
night
you,
football.
for you.
Take
You
care,
can watch
Eddie.
the replay. All right. Love
Fins
y'all.
up, buddy.
Take it easy, Dad.
Love you too, man.
Bye.
Seriously, like I'll tell you
Class
this:
act right there.
that when you have a great family like that, it's awesome. But
Yeah, it's a
listen,
class act.
LeBron's not here, color. You can sing the national anthem. My sir,
Can I do it in
you
Michael
can always sing
McDonald?
the national anthem. I mean, I could do the pledge of allegiance right now. A pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Trust the reason why this flag is here,
Man,
buddy. There's a
can I
reason
please say
why
the
this
pledge?
flag is here.
Can I
So
please say the
it's just
pledge?
because I'm not trying to get copywritten.
Can I
Like
please say the pledge the way it was supposed to be said? Miss Phins, can I please say the pledge the way it's
listen,
supposed to be said?
I
Because
got somebody in the back who
I
that really
think that it'll be my final thought, because I think it's very important, because I noticed over time when I growing up, I learned the pledge at a very young age, as well we all should.
I did too.
Unless it's against your religion, that's different. But the thing I noticed over time as I grew older was how routinely we say it. And I don't mean like how routinely, like it's a routine, like we say it like it's a routine. And the way the pledge should be said is more like this: I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That's how it should be said.
For
There
you,
should be no
color.
pauses.
I'm gonna say it
I
however
pledge
I want
allegiance.
to say it
I pledge
because I got my
allegiance to
First
the
Amendment
flag.
right to
I
say it
pledge
however I want
allegiance
to
to
say
the
it.
flag
Thank you very
of the
much.
United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. It should be one flowing statement like
And
that.
again, for you, that's wonderful, and I'll take it. But I can say it however I want.
Oh, I'm not. Hey,
So
I'm not trying to compel anybody to say it a certain way. That would be anti-liberty. You have the liberty to say it however you want. I'm just saying, grammatically
in
speaking,
your
how it was
opinion,
meant to be heard was that it's one flowing statement. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and the republic for which it stands,
and again,
one
I
nation
appreciate it.
under God,
But
with liberty and justice
I
for
get
all.
it. I understand. And I'm here with it, which is why I said it. But that's the
And I don't even
you're
believe in
showing you're
God.
not connected, bro. You're not connected, dude. Estefan is trying to get on, but he keeps getting kicked out. Connect yourself, sir, so I can bring you up. But I'll tell you this. Yeah, exactly. I'm not a this come on guys. You see this for a reason.
Well, that was my patriotism for the year. I did my
I'll
duty.
take it. Exactly. Indivisible. Yep. Under God. Yep. Exactly. Merca, baby, let's go.
And I
But
think it was
Estefan, I
meant to be
gotta bring you
stressed
up, bro.
under God,
I
not
know.
anywhere
But
else.
again,
Under God.
let's move on because again, I don't wanna this is about football, you know what I mean? But no one's gonna stop me from saying what I want on my own channel. You see what I mean? So I got my rights. I know my rights. And Estefan still is not connected, so I can't bring you up, buddy. So you're stuck your
That's
color
the
until
fin
you
in
get.
that Texas internet, man. It's like, wow.
That's what happens. You know what I mean? That's what
hmm
happens.
I
I'll
think
tell you
EN
this
is
though.
jamming his signal.
I think so too. Give me 3 keys to victory while we're waiting for Esther to come up here. 3 keys to victory because I gave you my 5.
All right. I'll give you 3 keys to victory:
Uno, dos, tres.
Mike McDaniel play calling, the play calling of Mike McDaniel, and the playbook of Mike McDaniel. No, I'm just kidding. Mike McDaniel play calling for sure. Our quarterback, no matter what his name is, in any time, in any history. And my guy, number 28. If he's putting up 100 yards, if he's getting one of those 55 plus yard runs, and Mostert is getting his buck, we're probably winning this game.
Yeah, if we get 150 from Achan, I think we'll be good. Our key is our run game, period. Like that's it. But what's up, Esteban? Give it to us straight, sir. You're muted. The time
Come
has
on,
come to
Esther,
show
you
up.
know how
Exactly.
StreamYard works, man. Come on, acting all like a boomer today.
It's his internet, bro. It's his internet. Listen, I want to thank everybody that's been here so far. In case Esther does fall off, but I'll tell you this,
That's
and
the
I like to
boomer.
always say this, like one thing that we get to enjoy as fans, you know what I mean, is the opportunity to see our team play. Um, and we have something that's ours. It's the reason why it's called American football. We made it 600 years ago. You
Good
know what I
morning.
mean? And it's
Can you hear me?
ours. What's
We can
up,
hear you,
Esther? Yeah, we
Esther Boomer.
finally.
What's going on, man? Oh man, I had to jump on the
Hey, we're
panel
loving
because
it.
I can't ever get on. I can't never get on StreamYard, so I was like, I got to test this out. Joe Lee's live, and she was bodying
Yes, how are you?
Finsanity yesterday in
Yes,
the
how are
morning.
you?
Who's that? I thought this was
Listen,
Miss Finn's show. Who's that Joe Lee you speak of?
listen. Yesterday,
Oh, he's one of my
I got a comment about yesterday's show.
originators. Like that's if you know, you know.
Listen,
We know.
I felt yesterday you're holding back from good content for us that are viewing because you keep talking about what y'all do backstage. And I felt like when you guys started heating up and dropping some little nuggets of what y'all how y'all are backstage, supposedly, I don't know. We don't know, but it was really good content. That's all I wanted to say, Jolie. The back and forth, I enjoyed it. It sounded like it was almost like what would you say on a lower scale of how me and Ian get when we talk privately. So, but yeah, I body Ian all the time.
Well, I'm not lying when I tell you this. I'm not lying to you when I tell you this. After I started my music, we were about to end the show, but then we ended up going on a loop, and then here comes an extra 3 hours. That's literally how backstage goes. And the reason why I was like, you know what, let's do this backstage on stage because this is something that I offer for my higher tiered fans. So if they, what is it? If they want to go ahead and get that backstage like nuggets where you're like literally hearing us straight up, because we'll go back and forth. That's for the higher tiers, man. And yeah, you want to be a member, you want to be backstage. There's only a certain amount of people that can bring on, but I have no problem. And to those people, they'll get the opportunity to be backstage and actually hear us for like an hour or so and and hear how we break everything down where cameras are not on, because there's a lot of things we can say on camera and a lot of things we
Right,
can't say
Esther.
on camera, things we
Right,
can
Esther.
view
So
off
if you
camera
ever
that we
find
can't
yourself
view on camera.
Yeah, if you ever find yourself backstage with Miss Finn's, Esther, make sure you pay attention to that top left hand screen and make sure that thing ain't red. She might be clipping you.
It ain't red, trust me. Real quick, we got Mom Dean in the building. What's up, Dean?
Hi there, how you doing?
Good, still alive, still kicking. Thank you for supporting the channel, you and your
Good
family.
morning, Miss Dean.
Salute. Good morning. Nice to meet you.
By the way, I heard the girls won so that's awesome. I can't find the camera. I'm terrible at this.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Good morning, Miss Marlene. Are we
Good morning.
winning Sunday?
What's that?
Are we winning Sunday?
Of course we are. Yes. I certainly hope so. That's what we're all hoping for. Always. Oh, it's my son. Yes.
She looks
Yeah.
young enough to have him
Is
as
that
brother,
Cosmic
right?
Raccoon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is he? Let me see him.
Daniel. Oh, you're on camera. He hasn't done his hair yet.
What's up, buddy? How you doing? I know they get shy.
Today is our
They get shy. How you doing? Good morning.
Good morning.
Man, you really love that raccoon, dude, because you even got
Yeah.
a shirt.
I know.
Parents, Esther. I don't think they know what they're doing to this kid right now, man. They just don't even know, Esther.
Oh, he's a Dolphins
I tell
fan.
you what they need to do. They need to go into that fridge and bust out that 6-pack and start cracking some beers. That's what they need to do.
But yeah, Mom Dean's gonna walk Dog
Oh
Dean.
my
So we just wanted to say
god. Love it.
we want
Love
to
it.
say a quick hello and congratulations to the ladies. All right.
Thank
y'all
you
later.
guys. Thank you. Appreciate
Later,
you.
Daddy Dean. I think it was rigged, to be honest with you.
See.
I mean, Miss Phins takes out the TFTG fantasy,
Later.
and Finn Sanity takes out the Miss Phins fantasy. I think, just saying, not gonna lie, it seems pretty rigged to me.
And I think
Listen,
Michelle's about to take the pick'ems too. I think Michelle's about to take the pick'ems too. So
Oh
it's gonna
yeah,
be a girl
that's
sweep.
right.
Watch.
That's right. You got Michelle's tied for first in the pick'em.
listen, you guys. I don't got a whole lot of time. I just wanted to kind of drop a little bit of my thoughts
Go
on
ahead.
the team and over what happened last week and what's going on in the community. First and foremost, there's still a lot of people that walk by just fanhood, and I mean, I support those people, and shout out to them because I'm not like them. I can't sit here and say that well, we still got a chance. If we win Sunday, we can get things right, and then we'll go round 2 with the Ravens. Me personally, I don't feel like there's a turnaround in our future this season because I mean the Ravens gave us the worst loss of any team on their schedule. We lost by 30 points to that team. Me personally, I just don't feel like there's no coming back from that. I don't know if we're going to win Sunday. Me personally, I think it's 50-50. I think we have a lot to prove. We're 1-5 against teams that ain't trash, and we look like we're all-stars against teams that are trash. So I don't know how Sunday's going to go. I think potentially, we could, make the fan base happy by getting maybe a win or two in the playoffs. But I just want to talk about, what happened with the Ravens. I think that this is their year. Me personally, what we didn't get with Michael Vick in his tenure in Atlanta before he ended up getting incarcerated. I think had he been able to finish his career with and continued his career in Atlanta, that potentially we might have actually seen him, I don't know, win a title, but I feel that way. I feel like Lamar is very similar to Mike Vick and his playing style. I think he's got maybe the difference is maybe a longer stride, and man, he just seems like he's seeing the field and he knows what to do, the play ahead, and you just see, I didn't get that from Tua. I got a lot of, maybe thinking in the moment, and I think Lamar's more proactive right now. They're just hot right now. I don't see anybody beating the Ravens. I think it's Lamar's year. I think what's going to end up happening, and there's a lot of people with that take right now, but it's almost undeniable to see a guy playing that good and not acknowledge it. If you're just a fan of the game, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to be, if we don't make it to the Super Bowl, I would like to see Lamar hoist a Lombardi for all the shit.
I'm with you on that, Estes. I'm totally with you on that, bro. I want the honor. I want the honor to try to defeat him in the playoffs. I don't think anybody's doing it, but I want the honor of being the ones to try.
Listen,
That's all
Lamar's
I'm about right now. You know what I mean, bro? I'm with you on that, man.
He's like a bear toying with his food right now. You know what I mean? It's like if you want to defend his pass, he's just going to run on you. You know what I mean? If you're going to defend his pass and his run, he's just going to hand the ball off. They just signed.
Yeah, he has totally come into full form. I can't disagree with you there, bro.
Not Dalvin Cook. insane, man. They
Yeah,
just got
and I mean
Yeah,
Dalvin because that team just got better.
everybody's gonna talk
it
about
doesn't mean
how
they're not
Dalvin.
beatable. So nobody should just throw in the towel. But I do agree with everything you're saying, Esther.
Man, I just don't see anybody beating them. I
This
really
It,
is
don't.
again,
And
I
one
just
last
want
thing.
the
What
honor to try, bro. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
just want the honor to
yeah,
try, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I want one more crack at it too. You know what I mean? But I'll say this. Um, for me as a fan, it's devastating because of what like there's no more like developing. You know what I mean? There's a team that was put together. We have free agents. We basically have exhausted a lot of money on this team. I don't know how we're gonna get back to this roster next year. You know what I mean? Because there's other teams that are gonna still be making moves. You know what I mean? Like the Houston Texans are gonna load up and they got a young quarterback that is lethal. You know what I mean? I don't know what that means for us, but I'm a little discouraged because this was our year that like what you do in a poker game, we went all in. We went all in on this year, and I don't think fans realize how devastating it is to have lost like that. You know what I mean? For me personally, as a fan, I'm just being real. I'm not being a hater. I like Tua. I
I'll
think
tell
he's a
you
good
this,
quarterback.
Esther. This is the
I just think we got the Kirk Cousins of the AFC. I don't right now. I don't know if he'll be able to get out of that slump, but I see us as the Minnesota Vikings, a teams with a lot of talent. They'll give you some flash, but they're not hit you in the nose, blue collar, steel curtain, Pittsburgh Steeler, Baltimore Raven team that we all want. That we potentially could have had we had stayed with Flores, but that's neither here nor there.
Esther.
But
You
anyway.
speaking way too many truths right now. I don't think people can handle it. I think that the best outcome for this team would have been Flores as a head coach and McDaniel as the OC, which he tried to do it, and 49ers said, hell, hex no. They're like, nah, we're not gonna let you do that because they understood. They understood that combination between head coach and OC, between those two, it would have been insane, in my opinion. That would have been it, and I think that it really would have propelled us into winning ways. But you know what? Continued to propel us into winning ways because back to back winning seasons. Hey, it is what it is from both head coaches. Now, this is my thing. If the Miami Dolphins don't make the Super Bowl, and my team that I picked out of the AFC besides us is Baltimore Ravens. Like the Baltimore Ravens, in my opinion, they're gonna be the ones who will represent the AFC if it's not us. Because whether people like it or not, we have what it takes to get there, but we can't wish it more than they. You know what I mean? Like they gotta actually do it. We can't do it for them, and until they actually take care of business, we won't be able to get a shot. And this is what pisses me off. We don't do it this year and get that Super Bowl, we will squander the gift of what the AFC was this year. You're talking about multiple starting quarterbacks out due to injury. You're talking about multiple teams really playing subpar in the AFC, a division that a conference that we all know is two times better than the NFC. And right now, it was literally there in a silver platter for us to take advantage. And so far, some would say we haven't. But the season's not over. We haven't seen what the end of the season is until that end of the season comes, whether it's not this week, but whatever wild card weekend is, or the Super Bowl. Whenever that end is, will determine whether or not this was a successful season. But for me personally, if we don't make the Super Bowl, this A was a wasted season, and B, this season was a disappointment. And yes, I said Super Bowl, people, because it was gifted in a silver platter. We got Cap for life in the building too, guys. Remember, guys, let's keep it clean. But I want to hear from Cap. Bro,
Good morning. Good morning, Miss Phins. How are you, Color? How are you, Esther? TGIF, everyone.
How you doing? Thank God it's Friday for real.
Yeah, man. No, it's. Look, I've been doing the rounds this past couple of hours now, and I'm going. I passed by Stephen D's show now that he's on DolphinsTalk.com, and I see him and Sarney with a sad face, like if somebody just, I don't know, man. Like it just looks bad. Like the game hasn't even been played yet. And the amount of defeat on these guys, the look on these guys' face, it's going to become contagious. And I just don't understand that, man. These guys were the biggest ones just sucking up the hopium. 3 years in a row, we get to the same situation this time of year, and everybody wants to jump ship and not even give us a chance. But then they crab and cry when we complain. But all of a sudden now the ones that are complaining are the ones pretty much holding up everybody that's on their knees right now. Like, I don't understand that. Like, you preach and preach all this positivity. We have a little bit of, like we got to go through this. We got to go through this together, bro.
Let's not bring anybody else down. If that's what they see the outcome of this game being, then that's them. There's nothing wrong with that. Listen, fans.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. But I mean, don't preach to me about this and that and all this other stuff. And when push comes to shove and the bullets start flying, people start running and jumping ship. I just don't understand that with this fan base. Like, practice what you preach.
That's the whole fan base, period. In every NFL team, bro. So let's not make it like this is a Dolphins thing.
No, I get that. I get that. But we're the most polarizing right now. We outnumber everybody in the ranks when it comes to YouTube, and you know that. Like, we were setting an example when it comes throughout this community. So our numbers,
because most of us only focus on us, but it's not true.
Yeah. But I mean, our numbers are strong. Our numbers are strong, and for us to get that way on a channel, it just becomes contagious, and that's when things go awry. That's just my opinion.
Listen, let me tell you.
I mean, here it's different. I heard you for years, and you're always with the even keel, which is what you need to be. But man, some people are just quick to sell their tickets and give up. I just don't understand it.
Look, it's not. I can't speak for anybody else, but I will tell you this, and I don't like to. Again, nobody's here to defend us, and I'm not trying to say, but I understand if.
No, yeah, I'm not bashing anybody. I'm just noticing. I'm just noticing what's going on. It's not bashing because I love those guys. I love them a lot.
Exactly.
It's just
too, man.
It's just it's weird, man. It's just weird that these guys are always preaching, stay upbeat, we're gonna win. And then when adversity comes, it's like, nah, bro, we need people to stay strong in this fan base. 52 to 48%. Like I've been saying it since yesterday. We gotta rectify that and make it right, man. Like, it's true. I'm going down here now, and I see a lot of Buffalo people. Like, I walk in the stores, I see them, and it's like, all right, well, the invasion is real. But that doesn't mean that we can't take back our house.
I don't know why. I mean,
this is South Florida. Everybody retires in the state of Florida. People forget this. Why do you think there's a lot of Jets and a lot of Giants and a lot of Buffalo fans here? They don't always travel. They actually live here because they don't want to be.
Not only that,
the trailers, in Hollandale, yeah.
Not only that, but they already came down for whatever reason, I don't know. Because I don't know why. Look, Dallas had tour buses rolling in, bro, and it didn't make no difference.
But let me tell you something. The reason why Dallas came over, ladies and gentlemen, is because we're the greatest city in the union. Okay.
No, I'm saying, but y'all didn't hear. Y'all missed what I said. Y'all missed what I said. What I'm saying is they rolled in with tour buses, and it didn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
Because what you guys are missing is the fact that we don't fill every seat every week until recently.
Yeah, I mean,
what I'm saying is the reason their blocks, however large they are or however small they are, the reason their blocks are heard is because we have a lot of empty seats at large that neither we nor them buy. And what I'm saying is those seats have been filled since the Tennessee game by Dolphin fans. So they can have their little block. It can even be a big block, but it just hasn't proven to matter as of yet. I'm not saying it won't. I'm just saying don't let all this smoke and mirrors get you down or demoralize you.
It's not getting me demoralized from what
No,
I'm saying. I'm trying to help everybody get up.
I'm saying to the
And
public,
that's,
don't let it demoralize you because it's just smoke and mirrors.
look, that's what I
If
tell.
we fill those seats the way we have been against Tennessee, against Dallas, those seats get filled. It don't matter how many Buffalo Bills fans show up.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
true. I mean, we beat Dallas. You're right. Like, we should have that same mentality. Like, we beat Dallas. Even if they come in droves, we
Right.
can still beat a team.
Right, and Cat for Life, to everybody's point about, or to the people bringing up the Bills fans here, when Dallas thought that they had a chance to steal that game, all of a sudden their block was bigger than I thought it was, and they were pretty loud, but it just didn't matter. When Jason Sanders went to kick that game-winning field goal, you could hear a pin drop in that stadium. In comparison to how it was when our D's on the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'll tell you this. Look, this is what I tell people. This is why I was brought up this way, so I don't know any other way of being, but it's all about balance. You know what I mean? I give you guys my analysis of what I see, obviously the stats and all of that. And I tell you what I truly believe. Like I said, I truly believe we have the team and the coaching to beat the Buffalo Bills. So, like that, I wholeheartedly believe that. But then I also can tell you guys the truth, and I try not to what is it? I try not to I guess seem like a Debbie Downer or anything like that. Only because it's like, guess what? We can lose. It's the truth. That's not. I'm not taking that away from anybody. We absolutely can lose, and
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I can show you exactly how it is. Like, yeah, we can lose, and I literally just said this like 30 minutes ago. If Josh Allen has a good game and he doesn't turn the ball over, if James Cooks goes for 100 and something, 200, 2 touchdowns, that's gonna be tough. If our defense let them run all around the block and doesn't make any stops, we could
This is
lose
where
this game. That is a fact.
and that's true. But
And
here's
look,
the thing, though. This is what I don't understand. Where I agree with Cat for Life about the overall mood of the fan base, and maybe it's because I don't know. Maybe it's because I remember how it was to be in this position back when I was a kid, and I don't know. Maybe it's that. I can't really put a finger on it, but the thing of it is, it's not week 2 anymore, people. We were always going to have to beat this team to win our division. You very rarely have a team win their division that gets swept by one of the division opponents. We were always going to have to win this game to win our division. Okay, It's week 18. It is the last game of the season. We are evenly matched, regardless of what went down earlier this season. We're evenly matched. We got the tools to do it. We know we have the capability to, because the last time we got the advantage of playing at home, we won the game. That was 4 games ago. And I'm not saying it means anything. I'm just saying that what do we as fans have to lose by going all in right now? This is when you're supposed to go all in. This is when the rubber meets the road as a fan.
Amen. Yeah, bro. Like,
we're in
real.
this dance. We're not sitting back like the Denver Broncos going, oh, well, let's make sure we don't get our zillion-dollar quarterback injured, so we're shutting down for the season. We're not them. We're in this game.
Yeah,
and even if we get blown out, I would get in a time machine, I would travel back to this moment in time, and I would say the same thing again. That's the point people are missing. That's not being a homer. That's just loving your team.
Hey,
it's
Color,
realizing where you're at right now. This is it.
I'll be in the foxhole with you any day, bro. That's what I'm talking about, bro. We need more people with that mentality, bro. It's just, you can see the fair weather. That fair weather term, I hate using it, but damn.
But this was my point all season, Cat for Life, when we started winning and we're like, and people are like, pump the brakes. My whole thing was like, why? We can tell you how we're going to lose if you want. It's real simple. We don't show up. End of conversation. That's pretty boring. I'm all about telling you how we're going to win. It don't matter if we're playing the Baltimore Ravens this week again. I'm going to tell you how we're going to win. I'm not saying that's what we're going to do. I'm just saying how we're going to do it. This is how we're going to win. If you want me to tell you how we're going to lose, then that's just a very short conversation.
Yeah, and it's not because, and I know some people. Listen. I'm subscribed to everybody. I listen to everybody's show. I think that we have some phenomenal content creators.
Yeah, we
Everybody
all
has
are.
their own
We
point
love
of
everybody.
view.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own point of view, their own delivery, and whatever. You know what I mean? Like, and that's beautiful. That's what makes this community so awesome. It's for me. I was raised in balance. I'm gonna tell you, what I believe in this game, where we have it, and I tell you straight up. Listen, guys, I got straight L's for this game. I know because I said it for Kansas City. I said for the Eagles. I said it for the Ravens game. Those are the 3 games this season. I said we're
Right.
taking L's, and I said it at the beginning of the season.
But even
And
at the same
whenever,
time, Miss Fins, but even at the same
but I also
time,
told you
so
we have everything we need. Wait, color, let me finish.
go
But I
ahead. Go
also
ahead. I'm
told you,
sorry.
yeah. But I also told you, although I got all these games straight up L's, this is why I think we're gonna win this game. And I gave you A, B, C, and D. You see what I mean? Because
Right.
that whole
And
watch and believe might be
actually
how
we
it is
do.
to win.
But we actually do by telling you how we're going to win. We are telling you how we're going to lose as well, because when we say, hey, we got to watch out because they do this well, that's telling you how we would lose.
Yeah, exactly.
When I
The
tell you
polar
that
opposite.
Josh Allen can throw for 500 yards, that's telling you how we would lose.
Or in
I
our
don't have to
case,
say
you
we're
might
going to
not win.
lose. I don't have to say we're going to lose. I can say this is how we're going to win because I'm a fan and I want to win.
Yeah.
Along the way, I'm
Exactly.
going to say things like, well, we need to stop Josh Allen from doing this, that, and the other. Well, that right there, if you want to take that as me telling you how we're going to lose at the same time, then take it for that.
Hey,
Yeah,
what's one of
we
my
can be
What's up, Esther?
critical. We
Welcome
can be
back.
positive and critical, but we're never. I mean, for me,
My point
I've
is
known Color for
logic.
a minute.
Well,
I know Color
Cap
for
for
a
like,
minute. He can be critical. I can be sometimes, all the time, critical when it comes to certain things. But you've never
well,
heard us say defeat. You never
well,
heard us
Cap
say
for
we're
like,
going to lose.
what I'm really trying to say is very simple and logical. It's like, by default, when you're sitting here saying, hey, we're going to win this game, this is how we're going to win, and these are the things we got to watch out for. The moment you say these are the things we got to watch out for, you're telling somebody how we can lose. So we are being fair. You see
It's
what
not
I'm
lying
saying?
to the fan base. It's literally telling you this is what's going on. This is what this team brings to the table. This is what this other team brings to the table.
If it
This is
wasn't a
how
way
each
they could
team
beat us,
can
we
win.
wouldn't have to defeat it. Exactly.
Exactly. It's not lying or telling the truth or any. It's not personal feelings. I'm literally telling you what each team can bring to the table, how they can each defeat themselves, and then I tell you my personal opinion why I believe we can win this game. You see what I mean? And that's called objectivity.
Right.
But I
And if
know
somebody
Esther.
said, now, here's where the subjectivity comes, though, Miss Fins, and we have to be fair. When it comes down to the point of whether we think our team is going to execute those things to win, we're going to say yes because we're Dolphin fans, and that's where it's subjective. But at the same time, why would I say we're not? We've got we've got we've got 6 more wins than we do losses. The evidence shows that we're going to execute 11 times out of 16. So why am I going to say, no, we're not going to execute? The probabilities don't support that. You see what I'm saying?
It's true.
I get it that it's
Esther.
it's a better team, and we have a hard time executing against the better teams. I get that part of it. But overall, if you're asking me whether we're going to show up or not, well, we showed up 11 times and we didn't show up 5 times. I'm going to go with we're showing up.
It's
Me
true.
too.
Let me let
Me too.
Esther cook real quick because I know he's having some tech issues and I don't want to lose him in the middle of his thoughts. But
Esther.
go ahead, Esther.
Man, I just want to tell you thank you for having me on. It was good talking to Color, but Cap seems to have something on his mind. I'm just curious who he's talking about it. So in the words of my great friend that I buried this week earlier. He can't respond right now. He's buried somewhere in Texas. Ian Dolphin fan. Cat for life. Can you put a name on that? I mean, who we talking about here?
He's buried somewhere in Texas.
Bro.
First
I
of
mean,
all,
look, the name.
Esther,
Look, if I
you're
wrote down
not
the
about
names, I'd
to
be here forever, bro.
You
you're
guys
not
are
about to come here
you
and
guys
try
are
some stuff.
what they're doing, Miss
Fuck
Vince.
your.
They're pushing me to start up an afternoon show to cover this story
You
that
got,
we're
hey,
talking
you
about.
read our mind
That's
color.
it.
You read our
But
mind.
Oh
people
God,
want
I'm
that
so
coffee
tired.
color.
I'm so
Oh, you know
tired.
what? First of all, shout out to ABAB. Good morning to you, sir. And I absolutely love this flipping song. Like, take me down to the paradise city where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Take
Oh great. Now you're gonna tell me. Now you're telling me I've got.
away.
Now you're telling me there's a reason I like ABAB. He's a Guns N' Roses
Yes,
fan. Really? You had to
that
tell me that.
is one of my all-time favorite. My dad played this
Everybody's
song
got
all the
something. Everybody has a redeeming quality. I just realized that today.
time. ABAB,
Everybody has
shout
a
out
redeeming
to that
quality.
song reference, man. But to his point, Dolphins gotta take us to Paradise City. We as fans, we can want it all we want. If the guys, to your point, color, they don't show up, man, there's nothing we can do. All we can do is be like you guys remember a few years ago, the 12th man over there in Seattle. Yo, it was like a Thunderdome. You know what I mean? Like it was like they were that place used to shake from what I heard from people.
Yo, these cats
If
were
we
9-7 and went to the Super Bowl.
Exactly. If we can go ahead and be that 12th man on the field, well, not on the field, God, Lord, let me put some one. Let's not do that, Dolphins. But as a fan base, if we can be that 12th man to support our team and go super insane and make sure that on third downs, whenever the Bills are on, we just drown them out. And whenever our offense is on, we shut the bleep up because some people forget that. Then, yes. Man, I think that's how we can support our team. You know what I mean?
Jo-
Um,
Jolie, I think that's good and all, but I think the players got to do it on the field.
that's my
And
point. Well, the
I
players
think
got to do it
Fangio
on the
has to
field.
figure out a
We
way
can do it for them.
how to stop these mobile quarterbacks. In football terms, for me, the sky single high and blitz those guys. Blitz those guys. You know what I mean? That's what I would do. I think he's a little passive with his defense. I think the coverage is a little too soft for my liking. Um, and it's starting to show. There's no way that you get blown out by 30 points if you're more aggressive with your defense. So, I mean, for me, there's no excuses. I think you had the players. I think the excuse of, Chubb is out that's an excuse as well. The injuries, we still have Agba. You still have Van Ginkel that you can use off the edge. Agba was always a solid edge player. You have Tyndall, who was in college, basically what Baker did for us, just blitzing. He was very
Who?
good at
Who?
doing that in college.
Who? I'm
Why
not
can't,
aware of that
why
name.
can't you,
Who did you just say?
Channing Tyndall?
Oh,
I don't
that
know
guy.
why you could. I don't know why you couldn't incorporate him and maybe put him on the edge every now and then, and maybe mix it up and put Gink back at the middle
Because there's
linebacker.
already a rookie or a young guy in front of him that's been playing on the edge in the
Yeah,
stead of Jalen Phillips, and that's Cameron Good. And I'm
yeah,
really
no,
looking for him to take that next level this week and say, hey, I can be a next man up. I'd like to see
but
that.
regardless, what I'm saying is that these guys, they have it in their gene to get to the quarterback, and we're sitting here acting like we don't have other bodies that Fangio can improvise with. Like, there's no excuses. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that a
He
lot of
has
Dolphins
been,
fans
bro. He has been,
are.
man. Like Cam Good got like 30% of the snaps last week, dude.
we're gonna start with this camp. Okay. You said Cam Good. Thank God. I'm like,
Yeah.
let's not.
The reason
This is
Tyndall's not
paradise
on the
right here,
field is
guys.
because Cameron Good has earned his way on the field first.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we got to find another way to get more linebackers in there that are can get to a quarterback is what I'm saying. And we have an offense where, I mean, I know Tyreek's in a boot, but there's no definite, Tyreek's out for the season or Waddle's out for the season. We still have a good enough offense to compete with, is all I'm saying. I just don't understand. I feel like we're getting out coached.
That's
30-point
your
loss,
that's
man.
your that's
But how
where it
can that
used
be,
to be.
bro? We just got a new coach.
I kind of feel the same way, Esther. I think what was my first key to the game, Miss Phins?
McDaniel.
Mike McDaniel play calling.
Yeah. I mean, and at some point, like, I understand that Tua threw interceptions, but the coach has to know when to take the ball out of the quarterback's hands. You know what I
And
mean?
keep it in his
Run
hands.
the
He
little
also
ball.
needs to know when to keep it in his hands, bro.
Yeah.
That's
I
that's
mean, I just
that's
Because he's doing
management.
that too. He's doing that too. He's taking it out of Tua's hands at the wrong time too, bro.
yeah, man. I don't know, man. If you feel that you're not confident, going into this game with Tua, um, man, just take the ball out of his hands at times and
Easy,
just run
Pete.
the ball.
I
It's
thought you
that
were gonna
easy.
say something
Let,
else. I'm sorry.
no, I mean, let the game come to him. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's a
Take the
lot of great
training wheels
quarterbacks.
off, man. I'm with you. Take the
Yeah.
Either
training wheels
that or
off.
A chain, and
Bring it
A
back.
chain. Either one of them. Take the training wheels off or
Yeah,
give it to the running back.
yeah. You
That's where
got
I'm at.
you got you got tight ends too that you need to. I don't know what you're holding back on, because I mean, you definitely don't want to play on the road in the playoffs. Like, this is the time to take the wrapper off the package already, and just blow the doors off of a game. Like, why can't we be the ones that blow somebody else out? Why are we getting blown out by Buffalo and Baltimore when we have this roster? And you know what I mean?
Well, not only that, Esther, but I was told that if we were like really competing, we would have everyone come here on the cheap and everyone would want to come here. Well, it's about that time that we have bodies falling down. Where's the guys that are supposed to come here and help us out?
I don't know, man.
That
For good reason, because of those losses, we're all puzzled and questioning and asking the right questions. Like, this is not a fan base that is, just full of homers. Like, we're self aware of this team. So, but
Well,
anyways,
that's why
I
I
gotta go, you
respect it. I
guys.
respect and agree with most of what you said because, well, I respect it all, but I agree with most of it. In my case, I'm simply trying to tell people how I'm compartmentalizing that to be able to, maintain my hope that we can compete this week. You know what I mean? I mean, it's football, Lester. You know what I mean? It's time for these guys to man up. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
you
Listen,
know,
I gotta
and
go.
that's why I brought up
family
Cameron Good.
friendly.
Well, that's why I
I,
brought
I
up Cam Good because I've been looking for him to break out as a sleeper for a couple seasons now, bro. And he's progressively gotten to that point where this is the first time since Chubb is injured now and Phillips is out. This is the first time where he's going to really get a healthy amount of the majority of snaps and get a real take a stage to hey, if he doesn't, he doesn't. But we're talking about who knows, bro. This guy is like progressed. He's went right through the whole track of how the Miami Dolphins get a guy out on the field. He's been through the special teams all year. Now the injuries have come up where we need him to step up. And I'm hoping he introduces himself to the world this week. A guy like that
yeah.
could make a complete difference in this ball game, given our injuries.
Listen, I hope you're right. I just want to say there's one thing that repeatedly happens against the Bills that they keep doing to us, especially in games when they blow us out or just when they win. One of the things that they do, especially in the blowouts, is get a ton of pressure on Tua right up the gut. I mean, right. I mean, and we got Eichenberg at center, so we really need Hunt back for this game because that's where it always
Mm-hmm.
starts. They blow up the interior of this offensive line, and then they just start hitting us off the edges and take Tua out of the game completely. And how do you take that away from me? Personally, if they've already done it more than once, I don't see how they fooled you so many times. You got to start with the run game. You got to take them out of that and get them out of their aggression and run the ball. Hit them on some screens on the outside. You know what I mean? So maybe some run between the tackles, basically. Is what
Yeah,
you
bro.
need to
They
do.
lost Milano and Phillips. I mean, take advantage of your strength.
Milano's my main
But,
issue, so I'm glad. And
but,
without Milano, I am
but
telling you, this is that's the guy they're missing right there.
But yeah, you guys, I gotta go, man. I mean, for me, the key to this game is just start with running between the tackles and be aggressive doing that, and let the game come to Tua. You know what I mean? Take care of the ball and just take what the defense gives you, and then hit them big like we've been all year. But and I gotta go, yo.
Later, Esther.
See ya, Esther.
All
Thank you
right,
for coming
Esther.
through, man.
I'm gonna drive
Thanks,
back
love.
and listen in, okay?
Appreciate it.
One
Let's
other
see.
one other note, real quick, on Cam Good, Miss Phins.
Go ahead.
From the day he was drafted, I took a look at his film, right, and I realized that he was brought here precisely to be the type of guy, because of his skill set, to contain quarterbacks like Josh Allen.
Yeah,
I've said that from the very moment, the draft night we drafted him. When I looked at his college tape, I said, "Oh, this is what we're trying to do with this guy." And he's just slowly been progressing, and now he's ready. He's taken the stage, and it's like, how ironic that his first big stage is against Josh Allen. I mean, I really hope for the kid so much, man. I really want him to like make a difference. Even if he gets Allen to the ground one time and we still lose, it's like, you go,
You know
guy.
what?
You know what I
If
mean?
you guys could allow me, if you guys, because I wanna get you guys this point. Cap for life, color. And I gotta ask you this, because I asked earlier, which one of the quarterbacks has to have a bigger game, and most of you guys said Tua. But Cap, can you tell us how Tua can have a big game in this game?
Oh, that's a great question. I
And
mean,
then color, and then color.
yeah, real quick for me, it's just, I mean, take advantage of what made you who you are, man. Don't try to be somebody you're not. If you need to be a manager, be a manager. That's it. Just don't. Enough with the turnovers. That's it. It's been, I bring up instances of Tennessee versus Tannehill. I bring up instances, during Green Bay, Tennessee this year. And then I start saying it. There's a pattern there with the interceptions during December in the same amount of time, and I get pushback. But now we're starting to realize that, the interceptions and the turnovers. Look, man, just don't turn over the ball. That's it, and we'll have a chance. Simple. That's it. He's accurate, right? He's always,
answer.
Yeah. If you're accurate, that's fine. I don't care if you throw an interception.
How did we beat
50
them
yards
the
down.
last time we beat them, Cat for Life? We beat them exactly how you're describing.
Yeah, that's it, man. Like, if we're gonna run the ball, I believe we can run the ball, man. Like, we've done it so much, but we shy away from it. Use your strength. Just use it. One game.
Well,
that's
there
it.
ain't gonna be no fourth quarter snow in this one, bro.
You get what I'm saying? No more snowballs. No more excuses.
If we're clicking and we have to get away from the run, it's not gonna be like we're dealing with snow like we were last year.
And look, color for anything. If anything, I know people crap on Flores, but the play action, we've been saying it for weeks. It's been working for him. Let them use it, man. Like, let people bite. If you know we're gonna run, let them think we're gonna run, and just air it out. Just don't turn the ball over, man. You're playing to your strengths. Just do it.
And the thing of it is, man, despite the turnout, the outcome, the last game, we keep bringing up how we played them the last two times in Buffalo last year, and I would encourage anybody to go look at the all 22 for the Tua game in Buffalo. We were injured up and down the line. I'm not sure Teron Armstead even played that game. Yet we were owning the trenches. It was so obvious. You could see right there on the TV screen that we were the bigger men that night. I don't know why people didn't see that. And then you look at, like, we were running the ball well against them in both games, which we all agree we got away from. Not as a matter of course, just at the wrong times, especially when the snow starts to fall. Or like in the Skyler game when everybody decides nobody wants to catch one of his passes. Fine. But then you fast forward to this year, I don't really think we got owned in the trenches until the wheels fell off. To be really honest with you, I mean, it looked like we did because we called a terrible play on 3rd and 1, given the defense they were running. And that was a run play. And it wasn't because we couldn't run the ball against them. Devon Achane rolled off 105 yards that day, including a 55-yard run.
Yeah. Use Smythe,
So,
man. If you need to use Smythe, use the running game and Smythe. I mean,
and that's
if they're going to use
you know
Kincaid
what?
and Knox.
You know what, Cat for Life? I'm finally going to call it right now. Miss Phins wanted keys to the game. I'll give you one single foremost key to this game is Durham Smythe and the use of our tight ends. I just don't understand it. I don't understand when defenses are doing what they're doing to us precisely because of how we roll with Tyreek, Waddle, and Tua. And the remedy to when defenses bite you like that is your tight end in a pure West Coast system. The tight end is supposed to be incorporated far more than we've been using ours in a pure West Coast system. And it's just ridiculous that we don't.
I mean, it's not Smythe's fault that he can block good, but I mean, you're right. Like Kittle in the 49ers system was all over the damn field. I mean, all over the field, sorry. And the Rams, I mean, Rams are the Rams, but they're motion
where else
play,
do we have to point to but the 7th ranked wide receiver in production last year? Oh, that's right. It wasn't a wide receiver. It was a tight end, Travis Kelce.
Yeah. Yeah. And what were you saying before about Smythe? That he averages almost a first down at each catch that he gets.
Well, his catch percentage this year is up around 75%. On his career, it's hovering about the same number. And his career average, actually, per reception is 10 yards. So
there you go.
Effectively, if you're on 3rd and 10, you should be 75% to get the first down if you're targeting Durham Smythe. Those are pretty dang high odds. Now translate that to a 3rd and goal situation from the 5-yard line, and we're throwing a fade route that has a 17% probability of success. When we've got a tight end that is 75% to get you 10 yards. That doesn't add up to me. When people tell me how analytical Mike McDaniel is and how brilliant he is, and I would assume he'd use logic and mathematics and probabilities and statistics as well, wouldn't you?
Moneyball?
And Miss Vin's good point, but it's even beyond Moneyball. It's like common sense when you're comparing 17% success rate to 75% success rate. That's not even Moneyball. That's just common sense.
People keep telling me, Miss Phins, we need a better tight end. No, we don't. We don't use them. Mike McDaniel does not value the position, hence why we got rid of Gesicki.
Oh, I remember the last time we did use him. I remember the last time we used him against Dallas.
Yeah.
A good team, right?
Yeah.
A good team.
But
I mean, we think they're frauds. We think they're frauds, but they're a good team, right? He was 5 for 5 that night.
I know. And I think.
And what did we do?
Something like that.
What was the outcome of the game again? Remind me. We won.
It's true.
But no matter what CeeDee Lamb did, no matter what CeeDee Lamb did, no matter what Dak Prescott did, no matter what Tony Pollard did, we won.
Hey,
no matter what Micah Parsons did, no matter what Micah Parsons did, no matter what whoever else defensive player they got did, no matter all of that, we won.
Yeah. And again, but he doesn't value the position. He sees it as another goal line position, which is fine. That's how you want to see that position. But then when defenses are literally baiting you to use your tight end, why are you not using, especially when we have these ridiculous dumb fade routes to midgets, and I will continue to harp on that because I can't stand it, acting like they're 6'5" when we actually have a 6'5" person who can catch the ball.
Right. who
But
catches
we're
it at
not
a
an agent now,
75% rate.
right? We're
Right,
not an
right.
agent. Yeah.
We need a
No.
monthly
And
delegation. Take
Cap for
offense for
life.
that.
Cap, you're gonna like this one, bro. Okay. What is Miss Phins basically describing in the personality of Mike McDaniel?
I don't even want to answer that, man. I just
Stubborn.
yeah,
Stubborn, I think,
I'm
is
gonna
the
stay away
word.
from that.
Stubborn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Isn't
know,
the
but it's
word
like
stubborn?
yeah, but we're hearing that all about
We've
Fangio
sat
too.
here for 2 days arguing about the stubbornness of one Vic Fangio.
Yeah, that's just it makes no sense to me. How can they both be stubborn? It just makes no sense.
Right. Maybe it's just Mike McDaniel's opinion, right? And he thinks he's right. It's not a matter of being stubborn for either of them.
It's
Now, in this case, I disagree with Mike McDaniel's play calling in that case, whereas I agree with Vic Fangio's play calling. So I'm not going to call Vic Fangio stubborn. I agree with his opinion.
Yeah, he's playing with what he has. I mean, what else do you want him to do? Like Eli Apple's the only guy you got that's pretty much what you have. I mean, what else do you want to do? I know people are harping on
And if
Apple
somebody
not doing
wants
this,
to debate me, if somebody wants to debate me about whether the play calling in that situation against Tennessee was correct or not, well, that is Vic Fangio's opinion as well. So debate him. I just happen to agree with him.
like if I ask you where Nick Needham is, I'll get heat for saying that. You know what I mean?
But I don't think it's a matter of stubbornness. I think he just has his opinion, and somebody needs to debate him. You know.
I think that if Mike McDaniel starts utilizing his players in a way that maximizes each player, which is what this offense is supposed to do, it'll allow Tua to have more opportunities when they do a pass rush or they're dropping 7 and we're still able to go ahead, leak out, and then still get that completion. Unfortunately, right now, I feel like we're limited and again stubborn. And this could be a Tua thing too. It might not be just McDaniel. Maybe McDaniel gives him opportunity to have multiple,
Well, that's the part we just can't confirm, Miss Fins.
and this is why I
It's
say
like,
it could be Tua or it could be McDaniel. But whomever it is, they need to figure it out because at the end of the day, that is what's missing from this offense, in my opinion.
and here again though, about that Mike McDaniel thing, and I'll go back to the second interception, right? And it's a point that I think it was Esta that made it very astutely. You know your quarterback. So even if he could argue with, well, Color, that play design wasn't bad if this, that, and the other. Okay, well, if this, that, and the other didn't happen, Tua took a 1.5 step drop and fired the ball across the middle without even thinking twice about it. So either that's a design play, which is a terrible design, given what you know about your quarterback, or it wasn't designed that way, and Tua wasn't able to get himself out of that. And if that's the case, you know that about Tua too. Why are you calling that play? To even you're not doing him any favors. So it still falls on the coach.
Hey guys, I'm gonna start heading out. I just wanted to say what's up to you guys. Show some love.
Alrighty,
Color,
Cap.
we'll catch up later. Miss
Yeah,
Phins,
appreciate
catch
it,
up
buddy.
later. Bye.
Appreciate you, Cap. Yeah, I'm gonna close this puppy out because I gotta eat. But ladies and gentlemen, this is what we have. You could step here. I'm gonna close it out with you. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we have what? No, I'll put you in the back. Bye, Color. Sorry.
Bye.
Say bye to the
Bye.
people because
Well, I'll do it Powers Boost style. Ready? Well, bye.
There you go. But ladies and gentlemen, we have what it takes to win this game. We absolutely do. But there's nothing that us fans can change if this team doesn't go out and pursue it. This is our most important game. There's no other game after this. Although people are gonna say, Miss Fans, we made the playoffs, we got it. There's no other game after this. Because although yes, technically we do have another game coming up, This is the last game of the regular season. The entire nation, the entire world is going to be watching this game because this is for all the marbles. This is why I had Red, White, and Bills earlier. And go and check him out. Go support his channel. If you want to know about our opponents, he's a great at breaking down film, great analysis, and he's very objective, and that's what I like about him. So go check it out, guys, and thank you for everybody that came through because it was a great show having him here. But I just want to let you know, although I know Bills fans are like, we got this in the bag, and I've seen a lot of content creators saying they got it in the bag. Hey, they might have it in the bag according to their fans. We don't know what's gonna happen until day of. I'm gonna be in the building. I'm gonna enjoy this game. I'm gonna enjoy this game regardless because I know two things are gonna happen. Number one, our Miami Dolphins are gonna win, or number two, they won't. I don't think the Bills are gonna beat us. I think if we lose, we will beat ourselves through mistakes. But especially with the way Bills have been playing, they're subpar. They're not the Bills that were going to the AFC Championship or opportunity to get to the AFC. That's not the same Bills. But they're still a team. They're still a division team. And guess what? Now it's for all the marbles. The last thing they want is a tie because then they're stuck in 6. But and I'm not calling for no tie. God, that would be the worst. Well, it would be great for us because we automatically lock up the number 2 seed. So win or tie, Miami. That's the only 2 options you got. A lot of people haven't known that. Yes, if we tie the game, we get the number 2 seed, people, and we win the division, by the way, just so you know. So yes, I will take a win or a tie, people. Okay. But this is for all the marbles. It's gonna be a great game regardless. And I still think it's gonna be low scoring. We'll see. It's gonna be up to the defenses, but at the end of the day, Mike McDaniel put in a plan, make your adjustments to be the quarterback we know you are, take over this game, and let's get this ground game going so we can start this game and close it out on the ground game and actually get this dub. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming through again. I am It's Phins. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the members, all the new members we're going to be adding to this list, and all you guys to support the channel. I appreciate all of you guys again. It's Miss Phins. Take care, and I will catch you on Monday for Motivational Monday. Win or lose, we will be live Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.